What's good? What's good, everybody? We are doing all signs, general messages, what to expect. See where this camera's at, and then we're going to get started. What's good, Victoria girl? All right, I know it's a late one tonight, guys. I'm sorry, but I had a nap, so I'm good. I hope y'all are good. All right. What's good, Kathy Chicky? Trey of Trey, Miss Chris say. All right, it's Friday, bitches. All right, what do we have for Aries? What's good, Justice Rising? Stephanie BNN, Mimi, Patty, what's good, girl? All right, Aries. What can Aries expect this week? What can Aries expect this week? Three shuffles. Doing some tattoos, right on. I actually just got a new tattoo the other day behind my ear. You probably can't see it, but that's cool, man. All right, so overall energy for you this week, Aries. Page of Swords in reverse with the Seven of Cups in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Tower. Wow. Okay, so Aries, I feel like you're in a space this week when you are observing a situation, you may be observing something going down, okay? I do feel, Aries, you may be somewhat disappointed this week when it comes to something going down in your life. And I feel like you're in a space of like, I just need to ignore this. I'm not going to speak out about this. I'm not going to involve myself in this. You're trying to be very realistic this week. A lot of you guys are in a position where you're more so focused on your money matters, your financial situation. You may be recognizing that yeah, Aries, I feel like when it comes to your own foundation this week, Aries, I feel like you're in a space of feeling like things are not the most stable, okay? And I feel like there's someone in your life that may be giving you a bit of a ruthless type of energy. There may be someone in your life that is making a lot of assumptions, or it kind of feels like there's some type of drama going down in your life, Aries, and you're in a space of observing it, being aware of it, but also feeling the need to not really involve yourself in it at the same time. King of Wands in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse. Yikes. Aries, I feel like you have some toxic masculinity energy going on in your life. Now, I feel like a lot of you guys may have two different individuals, two different males. It doesn't have to be intimate or love related, okay? It could be a father. It could be people in your workplace, whatever it may be. It kind of feels as though there's people that are trying to pry at you this week. It may feel as though someone is trying to tell you about yourself, or it may feel as though there's some type of drama going on here between I feel like it's two other individuals or two other males, or there could be an ex fighting with, a new individual, or there's some type of power dynamic struggle here between two males, okay? There seems to be some type of power dynamic struggle going on between two males. Now, for those of you that are a male Aries, you could be in a space where you're very well aware, like someone's trying to trigger you, and you may be in a space of using your social media, using resources available to you or opportunities available to you to completely reassert control by not giving it any energy or attention. And even if you're in a space of feeling like triggered to some degree, You're also in a space of somewhat manipulating the situation to try to hone in or bring it back to your own reality. But for those of you, so again, if you're a male Aries, you may find yourself this week being very focused on your own reality, your own financial well-being. And you may be in a space of, trying to not give something any attention to reassert control and to avoid some type of loss here in one way or another. But for the female Aries, I feel like you're in a space where there is two male individuals that seem to be trying to cause a lot of shit here for you. There could be I don't want to say they're intentionally directly trying to cause shit for you. This kind of feels like drama that's going on between two males, whether it's a husband and a ex, or whether it's there's some type of drama going on between two males. And you're in a space of feeling like y'all are making things worse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. There's some type of repetitive pattern going on. And I feel like you're trying to avoid speaking out, or you're trying to avoid involving yourself as much as possible to honestly avoid some type of loss. Just one more on that Page of Swords in reverse. And Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You're in a place of like, damn, I don't got time for this. It's like, Aries, I'm not going to lie with you. When it comes to your finances, your status, when it comes to your financial life, your independence, feeling secure when it comes to what you have to offer, feeling secure when it comes to your own money situation, you're in a space of like feeling like things are quite shaky. Okay. And I feel like you're in a space where you feel like you don't have time for something at all. You feel like you don't have time for something. And I feel like you're somewhat disappointed this week, Aries, because you may be noticing that someone that maybe you're connected to, or someone that maybe you thought you could depend on, you're maybe recognizing is also somewhat turning on you because of some type of issue between a fire and an earth sign, or some type of issue between two masculine energies in your life. Even if it's a woman, maybe they're just embracing some toxic masculinity this week. But it kind of feels as though you're like, damn, I thought I could rely on you. And now you feel like shit's going haywire, and you're in a space of like, do you know what? I don't got time for this. I'm just detaching from it all. I'm not opening up this can of worms. Y'all can fight amongst one another. It kind of feels like you're in a space of like, damn, I can't even rely on you. So now I may have to kind of reconsider my foundation situation, because you're realizing something here you can't depend on any longer, whether that's just depending on someone to have your back, or whether depending on someone financially, it's like you're starting to realize you can't depend on something, because it kind of feels like some type of shitstorm is going down between two other individuals, and it somehow is impacting your overall awareness of what you thought you could depend on. Now, the good news is, Aries, this week, I feel like you're under the assumption that you can get things under control in your own reality, but you're definitely in a space of being in your own reality with the Seven of Cups in reverse, not allowing yourself to get run down with the confusion of it all. Just give me a little bit more on that Devil in reverse. Yeah, with the Lovers. Ten of Swords in reverse. Again, you're in a space of, I'm not getting involved. Y'all can hate amongst each other. Don't bring me into it. I might just go a whole other direction, in fact. Okay. So it kind of feels like you're a little bit disappointed this week, because you're like, damn, I thought I could rely on you. I can't. Okay. Now this drama going on between two other people potentially could feel as though it's impacting you in some way, but you're not speaking out on it. You seem to be kind of honing in on your own reality to avoid any further loss. And again, if you do feel like there's hate or bullshit being brought into your reality, you're in a space of like rising above the haters, rising above the bullshit. And you may also, if there is something going down with someone you're involved with romantically, this may be inspiring you to completely detach from that situation, because you feel like it's too much. There's something going on where it's too much. Can we get a little bit more on the drama? Ooh, Ace of Cups. Knight of Wands in reverse. There could be some issues around jealousy, ego-driven support. I don't know what that's going on about. Or an Ace of Cups can talk about an affair. Okay, so someone could be still emotionally connected with you, Aries, in some way. And there does seem to be some ego-driven actions taken this week by someone, because there's still emotions involved. And there could be drama that occurs because of some type of awareness of an affair, or because there's still emotions involved, or someone may be also trying to compete for your attention. So if it's not a romantic matter, this is someone that is trying to receive your support or get your support, and they may be trying to do it in all the wrong ways. Okay, even if that's just getting your support in a business aspect of things, this is someone that may be trying to start drama or kind of poke at you in your position, or poke at someone that may be involved in your position. There kind of feels like someone is like fighting for your support, or fighting to be able to get in there somehow. And if it's a love thing, Aries, this is someone that is emotionally connected with you, or they care about you, but there's definitely a feeling for this person of being triggered by something. And this is someone that's very ego driven with that Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is someone that is maybe being very hasty when it comes to their actions. And I feel like you're in a space of like, no, I sense, it's like you're kind of sensing danger almost, or you're sensing like, this is too much. This is too much. I mean, the good thing is it's pushing you to alignment. Now, the Tower often comes when the universe has had enough with your shit, Aries. Okay, so there could have been something that you were involved with, whether that's a business, whether that's a relationship, whatever. There could have been something that you were involved with that is kind of crashing down, or is the unstable aspect of it is being highlighted this week, because you wasn't really meant to be involved with it anyway. And it kind of feels like there's something else that's kind of pushing you out and pushing you into alignment to something better for you. But it just feels in the moment like a lot of chaos. Like towers in the moment can feel like hell. Okay, but in hindsight, it's like, okay, I understand why that had to happen. Okay, so it may feel a little bit odd this week, but I do feel like you're kind of pulling your energy in and trying to avoid the drama. You're not speaking out on it, and you're just recognizing what you need to get away from, or you're recognizing who you no longer can depend on. And if you can still depend on them, you don't want to depend on them because you feel like it's causing too much chaos or drama. So it kind of feels like you're separating. So for those of you where there is two masculine energies going on it this week for you, it kind of feels like you're separating yourself from all of them. Okay. It's like you don't want to be a part of something. So it feels like this week, Aries, you may be kind of keeping to yourself. Okay. Not really saying too much, which is not really like you, but also you're being pushed into a better place in your life. And if there is romantic matters involved, I feel like you're just trying to get away from that situation. I don't see you moving toward anyone directly, if I'm going to be honest with you. Give me an oracle. These are a little bit different oracles, but I was bored with the other deck. Okay. Give me an oracle for Aries. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. A change of seasons. We do have life. Okay. Just give me one more. The perfect key. This girl looks like she's up to something. She kind of looks like she's up to something. She's side-eyeing the little birdie. I feel like you're taking an opportunity you're taking some type of chaotic opportunity as a reason for you to get away from something or to exit a situation. And again, this could be, I mean, we're in the change of seasons right now. And I feel like you guys are in a space of almost changing your position, changing your stance on a situation. And I feel like you may be seizing an opportunity or taking an external situation that this little birdie is bringing you making aware to you as an opportunity to kind of get out, or I don't know, the perfect key. It's like there's a perfect opportunity to unlock something else for yourself. And her heart is in a cage here. So I feel like you're keeping all the goodness to yourself. Change of seasons, the King of Cups, Ace of Wands. You're giving your full support to kind of a new beginning, or you're allowing yourself to potentially overlook something that is going on, or try to be emotionally mature about something that is going on, and you're using it as more so a muse to kind of inspire some type of new beginning in your life. A lot of you guys are inspired to be a little bit more daring this week, or you're inspired to like something here is inspiring you or acting as a muse for you to be a little bit more daring and take initiative on a new aspect in your life. All right. So a little bit of drama, but it is pushing you into a better space. Okay. I like it. All right, Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? What's good, Lisa, Deb, Rambling Rising? What can Taurus expect this week? Four of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Cups showed its face, 3 shuffles. So I'm not going to say too much on that. Overall energy for you, Taurus, this week is the Hermit in reverse, the King of Swords, 8 of Wands in reverse, Chariot in reverse. All right. Let's say on this yet. Sun, Justice in reverse, and the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. All right, Taurus. So this week I do find, okay, you're in a space this week where you're definitely holding back and keeping your distance from a certain situation. However, with that King of Swords, Hermit in reverse, it almost feels as though you're withdrawing from something or being aloof to a certain situation while simultaneously being very clear with someone. This is why I'm withdrawing from a situation, or this is why I'm keeping my distance, or there's something here that has you feeling like it hasn't changed, or you're not seeing a whole lot of progress. Some of you guys are just telling yourself, or you're in your own strength of intellect, like you're using your own intellectual ability to kind of say, do you know what, this is not changing. I need to use my head now at this point. And if you're not dealing with anybody specific, you're in a space of just using your head by keeping your distance from something that doesn't really seem to be going anywhere or changing or making any progress. Some of you guys are definitely being very honest with someone in regards to why you're withdrawing from a situation. But if you are dealing with a person, Taurus, it feels as though you may simultaneously be giving this person advice when it comes to a situation. Like, things wouldn't have to be this way if this happened, or if that changed, or if this moved forward in some way. It almost feels as though you're giving someone advice about something that you perceive to be unfair, while simultaneously keeping your distance and being aloof toward the situation. Okay. A lot of you guys are also in a space of trying to get grounded when it comes to your day-to-day structure and routine. You may be in a space of, you know, just focusing on what's necessary this week, but it does feel like something is not moving forward. Justice in reverse. Because I feel this week, Taurus, someone is being very open with you about something that they perceive to be unjust or unfair, or they're being very open about something with you without taking accountability for their part in a situation, or why you have insecurities in this position, or why you have insecurities in this relationship. Or there seems to be a lot of elephants in the room when it comes to you and another individual. I'll read it as an individual as well if you're not dealing with anybody, but if you are dealing with people, there does seem to be a lot of elephants in the room, and someone here is not wanting to take accountability for something, and it has you feeling like you just need to just detach from it on a whole, because there's too much that is not in your control. Because you may feel like you don't have control over something that isn't really moving forward, and you may be aware that you're having a hard time moving forward with something, or you can't move forward with someone until someone wants to acknowledge some type of issue or conflict. So it almost feels like you're dealing with someone that is choosing to ignore a real issue, or choosing to ignore some type of superficial view that they gave you or are continuing to give you, is what this feels like. And you're in a space of like, okay, if you're going to play that game, I'm going to play it even harder. And I'm also going to tell you about yourself, or I'm going to give you some advice or something like that. So it does feel, if you are dealing with someone, you're in a space of just being very blunt, trying to be fair while also trying to acknowledge something for what it is. And I feel like there could be someone else that is trying to, give me a little bit more on that sun. Yeah, I feel like there's someone else that is trying to, the Magician and the World. There's someone here that's trying to manifest closure or manifest a desirable outcome on their part with you. Okay, so whether they want you to stay at that job, whether they want you to stay in the relationship, whether they want you to come back to them. Okay, there's someone here that's definitely trying to manipulate closure or a very intentional desired outcome that they have, but you're in a space of feeling like, no, you know, this main issue isn't resolved, or I'm not getting enough hours, or you're a fucking dink. Okay. There's something here, because I feel like they're trying to do this while simultaneously not really taking accountability for some type of superficial view that they keep putting on you. So I feel like you're a little bit frustrated this week, Taurus, but you're also kind of staying in your lane, but you may find yourself withdrawing, or finding things to be very awkward in your, coexisting in the workplace or in your relationships. You may find things to be a little bit awkward. On a personal level, Taurus, on a personal level, you may be just aware that the reason you're not moving forward in life, or the reason something here is at a little bit of a standstill or halt, is because you yourself have not completed certain tasks that you must complete. And you may be very focused this week on ignoring a lot of noise in your life, and more so trying to, put your energy into completing projects or closing things out. Because I do feel, Taurus, some of you are becoming aware this week that something isn't working out in your favor, but you also feel like you know exactly why. So you may be just more so focused on, getting things done, closing things out, completing projects, things of that nature. Okay. Because you're more so focused on getting back in your power. And you may find, again, things aren't really moving forward for you. Some of you guys may be having issues with a car this week as well, but you're using your head when it comes to not having the funds to fix it. So you may find yourself needing to be smart when it comes to travel, or you need to kind of be resourceful when it comes to how you're going to get from point A to point B this week because of issues with a car. Okay. But yeah, for those of you dealing with people, I feel like you're giving someone the poker face because you feel like they're just trying to, I mean, they are, manipulate things to happen a very specific way without taking accountability or being fair or not acknowledging it, a real issue, okay? So you're just separating yourself from the conversation until you feel like they're being real with you, while simultaneously being very direct as to why you're keeping your distance. But yeah, on a personal level, you just may be more so focused on completing projects, you know, using your head when it comes to some type of car trouble or troubles when it comes to getting from point A to point B. And you may find, if you are being resourceful this week when it comes to travel, it is going to work out very well for you. Okay. It is going to work out very well for you. Let's see. Give me an oracle for Taurus. Weaving flowers. Okay. Weaving flowers. I don't know what to make of it. These oracles are kind of weird. I might pull a butterfly one too. So Eva. Y'all can't. Eva. She gives Empress vibes. Eva, weaving flowers. Weaving flowers. Give me another oracle. Windfall just showed its face. So a lot of you guys are becoming very clear on what's important to you this week, or you're getting a lot of downloads. You are stronger than you know. One more. Sorry, I don't know what to make of that weaving flowers. You could be, I don't know, maybe you're trying to create something beautiful for yourself, but you're also aware that you're either up against someone that may have some level of power over you. Eva looks like the Wicked Witch of the West, okay? She's in a very big dress. She's kind of, her eyes look a little bit saucy or entitled. A lot of you guys may be feeling as though you're up against, or you can't show your eyes, you can't show your soul to someone that you may feel has some level of power over you, or you may feel is evil stepmother vibes. That's what I'm getting from that. What was that one movie with Drew Barrymore? She was in the movie Cinderella. It was like a Cinderella story. That's what she looks like. I haven't seen that since I was a kid, but it was a really nice movie. But she looks like the mother when they're all getting their big dresses on and they're going into town. She looks saucy. And then this little girl is in a space of like feeling like she can't show her eyes to this person. So a lot of you guys may be trying to weave something beautiful while you feel like you're up against someone that doesn't have the best of intentions for you. Gracefully aging, religion and spirituality, end of an era. I feel like you're just over something. It's like, I'm over this shit. If you're going to play stupid with me, that's fine, but don't expect me to listen. Okay, if you are dealing with a person, that's like the vibe. It's almost like you're over something. You're over it. On a personal level, this is just you embracing your own. This is just you, how do you say, recognizing aspects of your own shadow or ego that may cause you to ignore issues that you need to deal with, that may cause you to also acknowledge aspects of yourself that you may try to hide with a very specific persona. Okay, and it may prevent you from, moving forward in life. It's almost like, embracing your shadow and trying to transmute that into something that can change you in the long run. What was that movie called? I don't know. Maybe it was called The Cinderella Story. I feel like you're wanting to get out of a hell type of situation, even if it's on a personal level. You're trying to weave something beautiful for yourself. You're wanting some type of change. Sorry, these oracles are kind of weird, so I'm just going off the vibe. But I'm going to keep reading them because there are a lot of nice cards in there. I'll keep pulling them. All right. You could be dealing with a Libra. We also have, so there could be a lot of clarity coming for you with this new moon in Libra that we got coming up. But we have Libra, Leo, Virgo, Gemini, strong Virgo, and Cancer. Do you guys know what that movie was called? Ever After. That's what it was. Yeah. Ever After. I think I watched that movie a bazillion times when I was young. Chocolate. This is chocolate. What's that, sir? Chocolate. I love that movie. Ever After. All right. What do we have for Gemini? Four shuffles. What can Gemini expect this week? Two more. Three shuffles. Overall energy for you, Gemini, Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups. Okay. Then we have the Justice card, Four of Cups, the Three of Wands. All right, Gemini. So you are definitely being a little bit sneaky this week where you're kind of keeping things to yourself. This is like, let's give me one more on the Seven of Swords. Page of Swords. You're kind of being, it's like you're using your head when it comes to a situation that you don't want to invest in at all or any longer, okay? Because there's something here that you're not really feeling is worth it, or there's something here where you feel as though it's not really paying off for you. It's not really, maybe if it's a job situation, this is you recognizing, do you know what, this job isn't paying enough, and you may be in a space of feeling the need to kind of tend to your own needs. And you maybe, this is kind of like the energy, if it is a job situation, it's like low-key, like on your lunch break, you're looking for jobs online, that type of thing. You know, and on a bigger spectrum of things, Gemini, there's something here that you are just not fulfilled by at all. But you're kind of keeping things to yourself. You're being a little bit of an airhead this week. You're, just give me one more on the Seven of Swords. The Hierophant. Because this is you using your head and conforming to something, or you using your head and just kind of like going about something, going about, you know, that the traditional way to do your job, or going about the traditional way to handle a certain relationship. It's like this is you using your head when it comes to taking a traditional route to handling a current situation while simultaneously being aware, I'm not going to be here. It kind of reminds me of that meme. It's like a meme saying, it's like that meme that says, if you're talking to an air sign, make sure you enjoy it, because one day they're going to ghost you. Now, I'm not saying you're ghosting someone, Gemini, but it does feel as though you're kind of becoming aware that you're about to ghost something, or you're about to leave something. There's something here that you're seeing as not worth it. Some of you are irritated by some type of poor investment that someone made. And even though you're not openly communicating it, it's almost like there could be someone this week that's making some type of poor investment with you. And even though you're not openly expressing something you're becoming aware of, you're kind of like being an airhead a little bit. You are kind of planning, you know, like, for example, if this is a relationship, it's like you may be kind of fed up with the situation. And even though you're being nice from them to day, it's like you're low key planning to, it's like you're getting divorce papers ready. That's that type of energy. Okay. Or again, if it's a job, it's like you're online. It's like you're pissed off because you feel like your job's not paying you enough, or you feel like there's just people making poor investments with you. And it's like you may be looking for a job on your lunch break. So it kind of feels like you're in a space where you may feel like you need to get your own justice, or you may feel like you may be in a space where you may feel like you need to take accountability yourself for something that you're becoming aware of. Okay. Either because you're bored. Again, for some of you, it's just, you know, making final decisions when it comes to something that's boring you, or if you're dealing in more intimate matters or matters of the heart in relationships with family, whatever it may be, you may feel like, you know, a certain person may have missed an opportunity with you to either be fair or be honest, or acknowledge your issues in the workplace, something like that. Because you're in a space of, you know, planning, you're making long-term plans, Gemini, when it comes to either getting justice, or when it comes to, again, depending on what spectrum you're on or how serious things are. Okay. Again, some of you, maybe you're making plans to get a divorce, or you're planning to, you're kind of writing up the letter for your company saying, giving your notice. This is like making something final, but you're kind of keeping it to yourself. It's like you're doing something, there's a finality of something, but you're keeping it to yourself. And with that Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups, if you are walking away from a situation, Gemini, where there's emotions involved, you seem to be in a space of trying to be as mature as possible, trying to, it's like you're trying to not get your digs in, you're just using your head and doing what must be done. Okay? So, a little bit more on that Four of Cups. So yeah, I don't really feel like you're being honest with people around you this week, Gemini. Four of Cups, Ace of Cups, Page of Cups in reverse. For those of you in relationships or dealing with other people, you may feel like someone missed an opportunity to empathize with some type of concern you had, or someone missed an opportunity to, you feel like someone missed an opportunity to show empathy or show compassion, or, you know, reciprocate on something in an emotionally mature way. Like, because you feel like there's some type of vindictiveness going on with that Page of Cups in reverse, and you may be finding a hard time looking past that. Okay. Or you yourself are in a space, if you're not dealing with anybody specifically, Gemini, you yourself are in a space of feeling like, you know, frustrated that you may have missed an opportunity somewhere along the line. And now you're in a space of becoming aware of what truly makes you happy. But this awareness may cause you to feel the need to break promises with other people. So you may have promised a company a certain amount of time, or you promised a person a certain aspect of yourself, and you may be becoming aware on an individual level what truly makes you happy this week, but it's causing you to break promises with other people. Okay, so I don't know, Gemini, you're definitely moving forward here. Three of Wands is all about turning your back on a situation to make long-term plans. You have a vision for yourself, where you have a vision of how something needs to play out, and you may be being very strategic when it comes to how you do this for whatever reason. For those of you dealing with other people, you feel like you have to be strategic or take things a more traditional way. Like if it's a relationship, for example, it's like you're kind of keeping things to yourself because you feel like you may feel like someone will avoid issues with that Eight of Cups, or you feel like there's no point in talking to someone about this. It's like, I just got to do it. It's that type of energy. And I'm just getting one more on the Three of Wands. Star in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Well, Gemini, this is you, again, just making long-term plans. Now, I don't feel like you have a very specific idea of what your future looks like. This is just more so knowing what you need to clear out currently. But there's definitely something here that may have triggered you to lose interest or triggered you to... it's like you're lacking hope in a certain direction. If you're dealing with a person, Gemini, you feel like they lack common sense or there's too much inconsistency, okay? There's too much inconsistent hours, even if it's a job thing. It's like there's something here inconsistent, and you may be in a space this week where you're more so doing what you need to do behind the scenes, doing things a little bit more of a traditional way when it comes to walking away from something, while simultaneously trying to explore other options for yourself or other jobs or seeing where this is leading to. And I don't really feel like you know 100% where it is leading you to. What's the external influence here? Can we get a little bit more on the external influence? Ten of Swords in reverse, Nine of Wands. Well, if you're dealing with a person, this is you. This is someone that is flagging a dead horse when it comes to some type of wound that they have, okay? Or some type of... the Nine of Wands is like someone that is... it's like the wounded warrior type of energy, or someone that is quite defensive, someone that is, you know... This is like, the Nine of Wands is like an ongoing battle, something that's been an ongoing battle, Gemini. And for those of you dealing with a person, you may feel like this has been an ongoing battle. However, they've been addressing the situation. You feel like it's an ongoing battle. But you may feel like they're flagging a dead horse when it comes to things that are being brought up. For some of you, Gemini, you're just in a space of like, damn, the external influence could just be your own awareness of like, damn, I'm sick of fighting about this. I'm sick of... it's like you may feel like there's some type of ongoing battle that you feel like you need to deal with in a more traditional way because you're tired, okay? Or you're tired of the whole situation. Okay, so on a personal level, Gemini, some of you guys are just recognizing that something is going on too long, or something's been going on too long, and you're sick of giving a shit. It's the best way I can explain it. Or you're sick of it becoming an issue. So you may be doing things a more traditional way to deal with that issue, okay? And if you're dealing with a person, you may feel like a specific person is almost stringing you along with some type of like defensive energy or some type of like ongoing battle. It's like you may feel like they're always wanting to fight about the same things, or you feel like there's some type of ongoing battle. Either way, Gemini, I feel like this week you're kind of keeping to yourself, or you're keeping your thoughts to yourself. You're being a little bit of an airhead when it comes to, you know, in the workroom, or it's like when it comes to your associations. But you definitely do seem to be more inspired to walk away from a situation because you feel like it's not worth it. Like this is not worth it, or it's not worth fighting with you, or it's not worth, or even if it's a personal matter, it's like you may be sick with yourself of something always becoming an issue. And it's like you're trying to create some type of change because it's like you lack hope in a certain direction that you feel is like boring at this point, or you're losing interest in. But you may find it causes you to need to break some type of promise here with someone. So I feel like this week you may be breaking a promise, or you're going against an original plan, and you're doing it in a really sneaky way because you're using your head when it comes to, you know, again, putting in your 2-week notice or something like that. What was this? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? That's what came out. Weird. You may feel not heard, Gemini, so you feel like you need to do something more traditional way, or you feel like because someone isn't listening to you, it's like you're either just giving up on the situation. Queen bee. Do you fucking hear me, bro? I'm a queen. We have queen bee. Queen bee. Flower spirit. Okay, let me get one of these too for you. So Gemini, you may feel unheard. Like you may feel like you also have windfall, things happening really quickly, a lot of downloads, a lot of communication, a lot of disillusionment as well when it comes to communication, if that's the case. So I don't know, Gemini, I feel like you're in a space of feeling unheard, and maybe feeling like you need to step into, you know, queen mode. Or you feel like if you're dealing with a boss, or if you're dealing with a specific person, you may be in a space of like, are you for real? Like, do you know who I am? Or it's like you may be in a space of feeling unheard, and that is making you feel like, okay, this is not worth it, or I'm better than this, or why am I dealing with this? Why am I letting this play out? It's like I'm a queen. I don't know, queen bee, Gemini. It's like, and it's like, can you hear me? I'm a queen. That's what it's saying. Can you hear me? You feel like someone's not listening to you, and you're like, no, I'm not playing like that. You feel like someone's not listening to you. Or if this is a personal thing where you're not dealing with other people, you're in a space of getting in touch with your own inner wars and inner battles. And it's like, and this girl has her back turned away. And then the queen bee. It's like some of you guys may be trying to like turn your back to certain situations to be able to have, to be able to gain your sovereignty back, Gemini, essentially. So you feel unheard. You feel like a boss ain't listening to you, and it's like, well, too bad, so sad. Don't be complaining when I leave, something like that. So, queen bee, Gemini. You could be dealing with a Taurus. We do have Libra as well. And Aquarius. All right. I feel like I'm going too long. I need to pick these up a little bit. Cancer. Let's get Epstein McCreds. What do we have for Cancer? What can Cancer expect this week? Three shuffles. What can Cancer expect this week? Three shuffles. Overall energy for you, Cancer. We do have this Sun card with the Three of Swords in reverse, Seven of Pentacles. I like that. Nine of Pentacles. Well, I feel like Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands, Seven of Wands. You're in a really good space. Just let me just configure this for a second, okay? All right. So Cancer, I feel like you're in a space this week where you do seem to be keeping your distance, or you're separating yourself. You're just kind of focused on yourself because you understand the value for your own self-worth. Okay. This is you recognizing your worth. This is you recognizing, I don't need to be a part of this. This is like you recognizing your own self-worth enough to be able to kind of evaluate a situation and understand what you need to do to overcome something that could have been quite tormenting or frustrating. Okay. Because I feel like this week you're getting some level of a clarity on a personal level. I'll read it with other people too, but it's like you may be getting some type of clarity, Cancer, in regards to something in your life that is really paying off. Because I feel like you're kind of taking a step back. A lot of you guys are also receiving rewards this week for your hard work when it comes to your financial investments, or when it comes to your investments in personal endeavors, especially when things that are helping your overall financial security. And I feel like you're just feeling good about yourself. You're feeling independent. You're feeling financially self-sufficient. Something here is definitely paying off. And I feel like you're in a space in your life where you feel like you can just breathe. And when people are going through a lot of stress, they tend to be more involved in stress than they should be. Why? Because they're trying to distract themselves from something going on within. And I feel like there's something here that is becoming, clear for you that, do you know what? I don't need to be a part of this. Why? Because you are a badass on your own. Because you understand your worth enough. Or again, some of you guys have just got to a point of being financially independent, or you've got to a point where things are good, things are successful, and it's giving you a clearer mind when it comes to what you no longer need to hold on to. That's the best way I can explain it. And again, sometimes when we're going through a rough time, or we're financially insecure, or there's things that feel like is constantly trapping us, no matter what way we turn, we tend to focus on things that are just nonsense, that we don't actually give a fuck about, but there's something entangling us. Okay. And I feel like you're no longer entangled. That's the best way I can explain it. And it's giving you a clear mind when it comes to what you can just easily let go of, because there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of heartache, there's a lot of frustrating situations that you're finding it very easy to just let go of this week. Okay. It's like you're good. This is you realizing, okay, I'm getting my groove back. Seven of Wands is like getting on top of your shit. It's like gaining advantage when it comes to your own discernment on what you want to work on, what you want to do, who you want to be involved with. This is like being aware that you have the ability to say, do you know what? I don't want to be a part of this. Because with that Eight of Swords, you may feel like there's a situation that has been stressing you out. Okay. But I feel like this week you're in a space that it's like you're recognizing, I don't need to be a part of this. This is you kind of protecting yourself. Seven of Wands is all about protecting yourself, or standing up for yourself, or just having the ability, having the position to be able to say, do you know what? I don't want to give into the situation. I don't want to be a part of the situation. So I feel this week you're kind of all about having fun, enjoying this freedom that seems to be coming with you realizing, whether this is just you realizing you don't have to be a part of this, or whether you're kind of hitting the jackpot when it comes to financial independence. This is you realizing, I don't need to deal with this. Okay. Because yeah, I do feel like for some of you, there's either situations that are creating some level of feeling stuck, or feeling binded to something, or you may feel like there's people that are trying to make you feel like this is your responsibility, or this is, you may feel like there's people like getting in your head when it comes to like, this is your responsibility, blah, 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 blah. But you're in a space of like, no, it's absolutely not. Okay. So with that Seven of Wands, I feel like you're in a space of just, protecting yourself, regaining the advantage, having the ability to say, I don't want to be a part of this. Now, what's that Three of Swords in reverse? Because I feel like this is kind of what you're letting go of. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Six of Wands. Well, for those of you dealing with a specific person, a lot of you guys are in a space of choosing to walk away from something that you feel, it's like you feel like someone may be inconsistent here or giving hella mixed signals. It's like there could be something here giving you hella mixed signals, or something here is inconsistent, or you feel like someone isn't really wanting to put in the work, even if it's a business investment. Some of you guys are choosing to separate yourself from certain colleagues or investors or people that you may have been collaborating with in some way, because you ultimately feel like they're not really willing to put in the work in the long haul. And instead of, crying about it or being hum and haw about whether you should, keep these people on your team or keep these people in your life, you're just in a space of, do you know what? There's so much good I can feel right now. It's like, because Six of Wands, you've already accomplished something, or there's something here that is going really well for you. And I feel like you're just looking at something like, this is not worth my time. But for whatever reason, you had a lot of torment, Cancer, in regards to letting this go. So it's almost like you're letting something go, or you're healing from something, or you're making a final decision to kind of separate yourself from something and just focus on yourself and your own financial endeavors. And it kind of feels like something you've been having a hard time doing for whatever reason. But this week you feel like, what's giving Cancer this clarity or this King of Pentacles in reverse? Hangman in reverse. Well, what's giving you this clarity is either you feel like something will eventually weigh on your own financial success if you keep involving yourself in it, okay? Or you feel like you're dealing with a person that is very ruthless, okay? You may feel, for those of you where this is a workplace situation, some of you feel like your colleagues are jealous of you, or your colleagues are, you may feel like your colleagues are quite jealous or rigid towards you, and you're in a space of like, do you know what? I don't need to be involved with y'all, or I don't need to work with y'all, something like that. So I don't know, you're feeling good about yourself. You're having fun. Give me a little bit more on that Knight of Wands. Queen of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Cups in reverse. Well, this Cancer, I feel like you may just lack tolerance for a situation. Okay, you may even lack tolerance for your own fucks about a situation. I don't know, Cancer, I feel, sorry if this is really vague, but it's kind of like a week for you where you're recognizing you don't have to be a part of something. You don't need to partake in something. You don't need to be involved with these colleagues. You're in a space of lacking empathy even for, okay, your colleague is, well, they need money or they need this for whatever reason. It's like, well, maybe you should treat me better, okay? Something like that. It's kind of like you lack empathy for someone's emotional stance on a situation, and you may be in a space of feeling quite invigorated this week, in fact, and excited because, I don't know, you're recognizing how much pain something has caused you, or how much torment you've been giving yourself about walking away from something that is not, it's almost like you're realizing why have you been holding on to this to begin with? Because you're very self-focused this week, and I like it. It's good. Seven of Wands. Because the Seven of Wands can be someone that's in a position where they feel attacked, where they feel like, people are, getting their underhanded comments in, or it's like you feel attacked almost. But the Seven of Wands is also someone that even though they feel attacked, they also feel like they have the ability to kind of put some type of barricade up, where they have the ability to say, no, I don't need to deal with this. Okay. And the Seven of Wands is also a card of conviction. So there may be things that are you feel strongly on about yourself or about a situation that make you feel justified in saying, I don't need to deal with this, something like that. So I feel like this week you're just kind of focusing on yourself. You're embracing the, harvest of your labor, because for those of you that have been investing into something, you're seeing it start to pay off, or you're seeing it becoming very well worth your time. What is that? What's the Seven of Pentacles? Ace of Swords. Some of you guys, okay. The Fool in reverse. Well, some of you guys, this is just, some of you guys are receiving a lot of financial reward for new ideas that maybe you've approached, okay? You may have taken a beginner's approach to some type of new job or some type of entrepreneurial opportunity, and it seems to be paying off. This kind of feels like a beginner's luck type of thing. Some of you guys are seeing a lot of positive results this week when it comes to speaking some type of truth, okay, to someone. That if you're dealing with a person, you're seeing positive results when it comes to speaking some type of truth in regards to why you lack faith, or why you don't want to be a part of it, or things that are kind of weighing on your optimism in the situation. And that Ace of Swords is very assertive, this is what it is, take it or leave it. So this week you may be finding yourself receiving positive results when it comes to communicating some type of final, truth on a situation in regards to why you lack optimism. Either way, you're good on your own. You don't seem to be dependent on anybody. Okay, a lot of you guys are choosing to be single. I mean, that's an obvious one for this week, and you're feeling quite confident in your approach in that. And others of you, you're just feeling, Nine of Pentacles, all about recognizing your self-worth, applying your daily actions, responses, and what you partake in to align with that self-worth. And you're feeling good, spoiling yourself. Maybe you got a little extra money this week, and it's looking good, and you're feeling on top of your game. You're feeling on top of your stress. You're feeling like all the bullshit or things that are trying to attack you is like, no, I don't need to deal with this. It's very clear. It's very, it's very clear. But with that Eight of Swords, there may be something that you're still not seeing clearly. Can we get a little bit more on that? Four of Wands. And the Seven of Swords in reverse. For some of you, there could have been some type of truth that came to the surface about a family situation, a home, or something here where you don't want to look at. On a lower spectrum of things, this is like becoming aware that the plumbing needs to be dealt with. Okay, so this week you may be kind of disassociating from issues within the home. Why? Because it's like you're feeling good, you're looking good, you want to have fun, you want to kind of put your daily responsibilities on the back burner and not really focus on that too much. Okay, so for some of you on a lower spectrum, you may be becoming aware of some real issues within a home or family life. Okay, or for some of you, there's some type of truth that's being brought to the surface here in regards to a home, family life, community that you're a part of, or something. And it's like you're in a space of, I don't want to look at that, I just want to have fun, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's like, okay. It kind of feels like this week, Cancer, you're just wanting to you don't want to focus on that. You just want to have fun. You just want to get your groove on. You just want to you just want to have this moment. Okay, you want to have a moment to yourself. You want to have a moment where it's like you don't give a shit. Because I feel like there's a lot of things you're lacking empathy for, you're having a hard time focusing on. Okay? And I feel like it's working out really well for you, because no, you don't have to. I mean, depending. I mean, if your basement's flooding or something like that, I don't know. But there does seem to be some type of something here you're not wanting to look at, but you're still in a good position. Okay, give me one more on the Eight of Swords. I just want to Six of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, it's like, this is like, okay, I'm not fixing this issue within the home because I don't have the money to do it. Okay. Like, even though you're in a financially, you're in a financially good spot. Some of you guys are in a space of, I don't want to pay someone to do that. I can fix that myself. Or I don't want to pay something. It's like, maybe you have the money, but you still don't want to pay for something. It's all right. Or for some of you, there's some type of truth coming to the surface within a home, family, or community that makes you feel either undervalued or, you know, scammed a little bit, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's like you may feel like someone was just sucking up. There's something here. It's like, oh, maybe they were just sucking up. Six of Pentacles in reverse, like something that's making you feel undervalued, stupid, or making you feel like someone, you know, scammed you to some degree. Making you feel... but it's like you're not, whatever it is, you're not wanting to look at it. It's like you're not wanting to look at it. Either way, I got to move on, guys. I'm taking too long. Okay. Thank you, Vanessa Fire Thunder. I appreciate that. I don't know. Give me some oracles here for Cancer. Sleeping Beauty's dream. The journey. Sleeping Beauty's dream. What is Sleeping Beauty? She needs to be woken up by the door. She needs to be kissed to wake up, isn't it? Secrets. Secrets. So a lot of secrets going on. So some of you guys just don't want to wake up from your dreams. Some of you guys are in a space of like on some type of personal journey, on some type of personal, it's like you're focused on some type of personal journey. And it's like you don't want to wake up from your dream. Sleeping Beauty's dream. What's the secrets about? Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Death card. Well, for some of you, Cancer, you may be receiving, I'm not gonna lie with you, Eight of Pentacles in reverse is like my card of like receiving a bad reputation or something here that is, it's like maybe rubbing people the wrong way, okay? It's like there may be something, there could be secrets that you're holding on to that is rubbing people the wrong way. Okay, whether it comes to something that has ended, whether it comes to something that you're wanting to end, whether it comes to some type of transformation you're embracing on a personal level, there seems to be some type of transformation that you're embracing or ending or different way of going about something that may be rubbing people the wrong way. But you're in a space of like in Sleeping Beauty's dream. It's like you don't want to wake up from this dream. It's like you're having fun. It's like this is my moment to survive. My moment to survive. Blackbird singing in the dead end. This is the song Blackbird. Blackbird, this is your song for this reading. Anyways, but it's like you're in a dream that you don't want to wake up from, and it may be rubbing people the wrong way. I'm not going to lie, but you're in a space of I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That's your stance on it. And to be quite honest with you, you got a lot of luck going on for you. There's a lot of energy. It's like vitality's good. Things are going really well for you, but you may feel like it's rubbing people the wrong way. Okay? But you don't care. And to be honest with you, you don't need to care based off this reading. Things are going really well. Okay? You could be dealing with Scorpio. We have Leo, Pisces, Virgo, and Aries. Could be any sign as far as elements go. Oh yeah, broken wings. You're learning to fly. Maybe you had some broken wings for a while. You forgot what it was like to live, and it's like I don't want to end this dream. Broken wings and learn to fly. All right, Leo. Lord have mercy. But thank you, Vanessa. If I didn't say that yet, I really appreciate that, girl. What do we have for Leo? Four of Pentacles in reverse. Three shuffles. What do we have for Leo? What can Leo expect this week? Three shuffles. Overall energy for you, Leo, we have the Sun, Eight of Swords in reverse. Oh, Justice in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse. Now keep in mind we're moving into a new moon in Libra eclipse. Okay, so readings are a little bit dramatic tonight. The Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Wands, Four of Cups. Well, all right, so okay, so Leo, I feel like there is someone here that's attempting to create some type of change here between you and them. I'll read it on an individual level too, but for those of you dealing with someone else, there's definitely someone that's attempting to clear the air with you or trying to, resolve some type of issue that's going on, but you seem to be ignoring someone's communication, or you seem to be ignoring some type of issue. And the reason you seem to be ignoring some type of issue or having a transparent conversation about something that is being brought to the table is because you're either avoiding being, it's like you may be in a position where you feel like you can't trust this person. You may be avoiding being manipulated, or you feel like there's something shady going on with this person's style or way of communicating with you. And I feel like this week you're in a space of kind of avoiding being victimized by, corrupt people, essentially. This is like those people that are like, oh, don't worry, you can trust me. Why are you saying you can trust me? Why are you saying that? It sounds suspicious. It's like there's something really suspicious about someone's attempt this week to kind of work things out or ease things or fix some type of issue. And for whatever reason, you feel like this person or employer, or you feel like there's something here that is very corrupt. Okay, you feel like there's like almost hidden motives going on. Why does Leo feel that way? Oh, Knight of Swords, and the Emperor in reverse. You may have told, this kind of feels, Leo, like you may have rushed in and either communicated something. You may have told someone about themselves when it comes to either taking advantage of you or taking advantage of a situation, or using their position for wrong, something like that. There was some type, because what's causing you to feel like this person has bad motives is you may have told this person about themselves. Now, this Emperor in reverse, this could be a boss, this could be a father, this could be someone that you feel has some level of authority in your life, whether you have children with them, something like that. And you may feel like this person, you've already put this person in a category of, you're shady, or you are expecting more than you're giving, or you You may have even stood up to abuse, even. That's the Emperor in reverse, or someone that just takes advantage of the situation in somehow, some way. And now you feel like this person or a group of people is coming back around trying to quickly resolve something with you, but you realize or you feel like they don't have the best of the motives because of a past circumstance where you told them about themselves. So it almost feels like, well, why are you trying to make it work now? That seems kind of suspicious. It feels like you're suspicious as to why someone is trying to fix something now. That's the best way I can explain it. Because so far you feel you're just looking at them as, you know, not fair, or you're having a hard time trusting any type of agreement. For some of you, you have a father or mother of your children trying to create some type of agreement, but it's like, no, we need to do things the appropriate way or the traditional way, okay? Because I don't trust you, or I don't trust agreeing to this, I don't trust signing this. Kind of feels like something that you do not trust at all, and you seem to be ignoring an opportunity to move things forward in a certain direction. Because yeah, there is a lot of incoming communication. There could be a lot of things that continue to be said when it comes to things that have you feeling angry or something of that nature. Give me a little bit more on the Eight of Wands. Six of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of you have someone that's like sucking up. There's someone here that is being innovative when it comes to how they're approaching you. It could be someone that's sucking up, someone that's trying to pay you off. Now, obviously, this isn't that dramatic for everybody, but put it on whatever dramatic spectrum you decided this dramatic spectrum. I need a spectrum behind me. Dramatic and not dramatic, okay? I need a spectrum. So it's like, for some of you, Leo, this is someone that is trying to pay you off, or this is someone that is trying to suck up to you, or this is someone that's trying to give you flowers even, okay, to make up for a life of hell, okay? This kind of feels like someone that is giving you some type of little bit of generosity here to be innovative when it comes to how to take control of a situation and resolve a situation, and you are ignoring it, or you're at least focused on the negatives of it. You're at least picking it apart. You're at least discontent. It's like, no, I want more than that. I need an apology. I mean, what's this? Four of Cups? King of Swords. You're not being stupid. Look at you, Leo. Four of Wands in reverse. I got goosebumps. Four of Wands in reverse. This is something you are not welcoming. There's something here, King of Swords, Four of Wands in reverse. You are not settled. This is, no, bud, it's not going to be settled that quickly. So there's something that must be quite crazy. This must be quite crazy, or someone really did you dirty. It's like you maybe someone it's like you may feel like someone really did you dirty, and they may be trying to resolve it like in a one conversation, and you're like, no, that's not something I'm welcoming. No. You may even feel like there's someone this week, Leo, that is trying to give you advice in regards to how you should deal. Because I do feel like this king, I feel like you got two different, a lot of you, there's two different men or two different people. It doesn't have to be men, it's just energy. But for a lot of you, there's two different people. You could have an air sign and a fire sign. This fire sign seems to be someone that is trying to come up with a quick fix here for an issue. And there could be someone also, some of you guys have a lawyer. Some of you guys have a lawyer giving you advice when it comes to not welcoming something, or not talking to this person, something of that nature. Or this is just you in your own intellectual ability saying, no, I'm not being stupid. That's not gonna settle for me. You're not settled by that. So you're not settled by some type of offer coming in, because you may feel like you learned some type of lesson. And again, there is, now the Wheel of Fortune is like, luck is on your side, Leo. So I don't want to make this sound all dramatic and whatnot. Luck is on your side, but it is going to require you to kind of learn from the past when it comes to maybe how you dealt with this person or situation before, okay? It's going to require you to not be stupid, and I feel like you're already doing that. Or it's like for some of you, if it's like, you know, children involved, it's like you may be feeling like, you know, there's someone that is trying to give you lots of money this week to kind of avoid court or something like that. And you're like, no, I'm not doing that again, because look how it played out before. It's something like that. Some of you could be dealing with the Gemini, because I feel like Gemini could have been, or was it Taurus? I don't remember, guys, but Gemini or Taurus. But it's like, I feel like you're in a space of like, no, I'm not dealing with that. So I feel, Leo, you're quite happy. Not happy. I just feel like you're more so clear. Luck is on your side this week. And it feels like there's someone that is really going out of their way to try to suck up to you. I mean, roles could be reversed. I'm just reading how I feel it. On a personal Leo, on a personal level, Leo, for those of you that aren't dealing with a dramatic situation like that, on a personal level, I feel like you guys are just, you know, there's a lot of luck happening for you because there's some type of pattern you learned when it comes to your own inability to balance something out or pay something off, or when it comes to financial issues as well. For some of you, there's a lot of luck happening for you in the financial department because you were innovative about, you know, some type of situation that was out of balance in your financial matters, or when it comes to your day-to-day obligations. And you may be in a space of trying to change the pattern when it comes to your day-to-day obligations. And you may find yourself on a personal level focusing more so on the more mundane things in life. This is like, you know, becoming clear on things that are making you unhappy, becoming clear on things that you're not settled with, or things you want to change within the home. This is like becoming clear of things that are creating unhappiness for you. And you may be, you know, almost optimistic and willing and open to kind of ignore things that maybe you gave too much attention to in the past, to focus on the more mundane details, that things that you feel like you've got some level of clarity on in regards to, okay, well, this is what's been bringing me down, or this is what's been making me unhappy, or this is something that I would like to change or look into changing because it's, you know, it's just not it for me anymore. Maybe you're looking at moving, for instance, too. So it's like, I feel like on a personal level, Leo, a lot of you guys are just getting out of your own way in your own head when it comes to, is life working against me? No, I just need to work for me. Okay. Because like you're getting out of your own head when it comes to things not being fair, things not working out in your favor, and figuring out how you can get things to work in your favor by focusing on the more mundane things that you didn't want to focus on before. And you're feeling quite happy because it is causing a lot of positive change for you as well. So a lot of progression on a personal level, Leo, is good. It's good. So yeah, for those of you dealing with another person, you are definitely ignoring an opportunity to resolve something quickly, is what this feels like. Give me an oracle for Leo. We have a change of seasons. Morning dew girl. These cards are weird, kind of, but I like them. Changing seasons, morning dew. Oh, you are a morning girl now. You are a morning boy. You're waking up early. You're focusing. Okay, some of you guys are just getting back into the structure of things. Some of you guys, maybe you were once a night owl and now you're trying to like be a morning person, or it's like you're trying to like change your habits, change the way you handle certain aspects of yourself. Leaving. Some of you guys are leaving behind something. Memories. So it's like there could be things that are causing a lot of negative memories for you, or you're just trying to change the past. You're leaving the past behind, even if that's just your own protocols and how you deal with things or people. It's like you're leaving bad situations behind, or old ways of doing things that didn't cause a positive outcome, or you're leaving behind people that just seem to trigger you in a negative way because of memories. Okay, some of you guys, like I said, you're a change of seasons. Something about the morning. I'm waking up early now. I don't know. Okay, you could be dealing with an Aries. We have Libra and Leo. Thank you, Quinta. I really appreciate that. I just need a quick smoke. Here we go. I've done physio. Start baking your own pies. When I was younger, I used to bake all the time, and I don't bake hardly ever anymore. Honestly, because everything you bake is so bad for you, and it's like, I just hate baking. Like, I used to love baking, but now I hate it. It's like, I mean, I do make this one recipe from time to time. It's just like protein brownies. But like, I don't really bake anymore. I used to make blueberry pies a lot because I love blueberry pies and just any type of pie. And they're just easy, and but then everybody wants to eat it. And it's like, all right. Virgo. Sorry about that, Virgo. I just had to smoke. All right. What do we have for Virgo? What can Virgo expect this week? Four shuffles. What can Virgo expect this week? Two more. Biggest food splurge? I don't know what you mean. Like my biggest craving? Like anything with peanut butter and chocolate and fudginess. Three shuffles. What can Virgo expect this week? Overall energy for you, Virgo. Three of Wands in reverse. The World, Tower in reverse. The Judgment in reverse. I feel, Virgo, you're kind of being hard on yourself about some type of what you perceive to be a failed attempt at something here. I don't know. Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Hangman. Strength in reverse. So Virgo, I do feel like there's something here that you may have attempted, whether that was closing something out, finishing something, getting some type of closure, maybe a new project. There's something here that you may have attempted that now you're being all of a sudden quite hard on yourself because you're perceiving it to be a failed attempt, or you're not really seeing the results that you want. Okay, so there is something here that you're walking away from, that you gave some type of effort to, or you at least attempted to. It feels like a newer attempt, just to keep that in mind, or you attempted something, you attempted to plan your day differently, you attempted a new project, you attempted maybe a new job or a new side hustle. There's something here you attempted that now you're in a space of like kind of pulling your energy away from that and being quite hard on yourself. It's like, oh, that was stupid. It's like you're being quite harder on yourself this week. Now, I don't really see this necessarily as a bad thing. You're just coming from a place of trying to avoid a disaster. Or it's like you're recognizing like 6 months down the road, okay, I'm not making any money. Maybe I should kind of rethink something here. Because with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Hangman, Strength in reverse, I feel like you're kind of, this week, you're just kind of meditating and you're kind of staying put. You're limiting yourself on purpose is what this feels like, because you feel like something is not working out in your favor. You may feel like there's certain aspects working against you. So if it's not a direct representation of results that's causing you to kind of hold back, it's more so you recognizing, okay, I really want to do this, but I got a lot going on in my family life this week, or I got a lot going on, or I really should work more extra hours at this job I don't want to do, because it's like you're starting to kind of, it's like you're in a moment of self-realization that my energy is not, it's no point, or it's not worth it to invest more energy here than there, even though I would rather be over there because of some type of result, okay? Or because, you know, again, maybe you just need more money. So you're kind of doing things this week that require more money, or it's kind of like you're holding off on something really essentially to avoid a disaster, or you're recognizing maybe you started dating someone and it's like, this isn't going to work, something like that. So it's kind of like you're rethinking something this week, or it's like you're returning to an old way of doing something out of a little bit of fear, but also out of just an awareness of what's necessary of you right now to avoid a disaster. Okay, it kind of feels like you're trying to keep things level. You're trying to like make sure the bills are paid. It's like you're trying to avoid a disaster. Some of you, if you're dealing with a specific person, you may have attempted to get closure here with someone, or you may have attempted, a successful outcome here with someone, and now you're in a space of kind of withdrawing your energy because you feel like it didn't really go how you want, okay? So there's something here that you've invested into and you're realizing it's not going how you want, so you're kind of pulling your energy back, and kind of stepping into old patterns, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, okay? You're trying to reconfigure. That's the best way I can explain it. This week, you're reconfiguring, stepping into old patterns, stem from fear, stem from feeling inadequate, stem from judgment in reverse can be like being your own biggest critic. And again, we always need to be our biggest critic, but we need to be our biggest cheerleader too. I feel like you're just using common sense this week. I'm not gonna lie with you, because I don't feel like this is a bad thing necessarily. Maybe it's just not the right time, or there's some type of upheaval that's occurring in your personal life where you may feel like you need to return to an old way of doing something, just to avoid a disaster, essentially. Just give me one more on that Hangman. Queen of Wands. Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, again, I feel like this is you more so just being a critic on yourself because of some type of attempt to either lead something or take initiative on some type of passion, or even if you've been wondering, should I dye my hair blue? It's like there's something here where you feel like it's a failed attempt. Some of you may have made changes to your appearance, or you made changes in the way you express yourself, or you made changes in regards to, it's like maybe you play the piano and it's like now it's like maybe you tried to make your own album, for example, and it's like something here you feel is a failed attempt, or there's something here that almost is humiliating you, or it's like, oh man, I shouldn't have dyed my hair blue, and you may be kind of creeping back and you're looking into like dyeing your hair back to blonde. Okay, it's that type of energy. It's like there's some type of attempt you made when it comes to taking initiative on passions or leading something, or even giving someone advice. So for those of you that may have attempted to get closure or have some type of desired outcome with an intimate person or a family member or something of that nature, you may have gave very firm advice with someone, or you approach a situation very assertively and you feel like someone just refused to swallow your pride. So it's like, okay, I'm going to creep it back up and go back to my hole because you apparently just don't want to talk. Okay, so it feels like something here is just causing you to go back into old ways of doing things because you see it as a failed attempt. And And that's it. You know, for those of you dealing with people, my advice looking with this is like, don't feel the need to just go back to an old way of viewing something and try to find ways to move on. Because with that Tower in reverse, Judgment in reverse, you may be thinking to yourself, oh, because of something specific not working, or because of this endeavor not working, it's never going to work at all. Okay, so it's really important for you to understand what's not working, but also recognize what could work. So maybe not necessarily give up on something, or again, if you're dealing with a specific person that refuses to swallow their pride or whatever it may be, it's going to be really important for you to find ways to still move forward on a personal level without having a negative view on something, to avoid repeating that same pattern. Like, it's going to be important for you to find out how to let go of that harsh view you have, whether that's on yourself or someone else, to authentically move on and create some type of change for yourself. So again, if this is a business that hasn't worked for you, or not, or a goal, it's important for you to recognize what's not working, but also recognize it's not all a loss. It's like, maybe you just need to do something differently, or rebrand, or really use your head when it comes to how you put yourself out there. Maybe you can do it a little bit differently. It kind of feels like something isn't a loss, but you may be seeing it as a loss completely because you feel like you're not seeing what you want to see. Okay. So I don't know, your reading is kind of like you're in a space of meditation this week is what this feels like. You're returning to old ways of doing something to avoid a disaster. Some of you guys are avoiding some type of change as well. So I would be careful with that. That's why it's really important to learn some type of lesson to be able to move forward in one way or another without that specific result. Because if you don't, eventually the universe is going to give you a Tower. So there is some type of change, but the good thing is we do have the Hangman. So you may be meditating on what that change needs to be this week, or, okay, that's not working. And you may be spending a lot of time this week on meditating of what that change could be. I would just be careful of being too hard on yourself where you're stealing your own power and where you're creating more fear or limits on yourself rather than opportunity. Okay. Thank you, Quinta Huggins. I really appreciate that. Because yeah, I feel like this was more of a personal attempt that you thought was going to play out a certain way that it didn't. But it's like, maybe it can, but you just got to do it differently. Give me a piece of advice from the tarot. Okay. I like tarot more for advice. I'm going to be honest with you. Give me a piece of advice from the tarot. The Death card, 5 of Swords in reverse, and the 4 of Swords is for your advice. So there's definitely some type of inevitable transformation happening for you because you are changing, Virgo. So it's very important for you to recognize how you are changing and how you perceive your world differently now, and what you're needing for yourself now. And with that 5 of Swords in reverse, it's going to be super important for you to not fight with your own mind and to eliminate any unnecessary mental conflict you have about you. Okay, the 4 of Swords is like this underlying sort of truth that, you know, is recognizing what's going to be good for us in the long haul, recognizing what's good for our own sanity, what's good for our own well-being, you know, recognizing deeper truths. Okay, so whether you're recognizing deeper truths about a person or yourself, it's going to be super important for you to kind of not be too hard on yourself, or not to fight some type of change that you yourself on a soul level is going through, and just kind of go with it. Okay, we all change. None of us, I hope, are not the same person we were a few years ago. It's like we all change, and it's like important to not be hard on yourself in regards to change, to allowing that change. So your advice is to not to fight some type of change that's happening with you, and to just go with it and recognize that there is opportunities to, you know, resolve things, but it's like, it's important to not fight the change. That's the best way I can explain it. Okay, if you're dealing with other people, it's going to be really important for you to kind of let down some type of guard that you've had, even if it's just within your own negative energy that you put out toward a situation. So for those of you that are realizing, okay, it's not going to work out with this person, sometimes when we're dealing with relationships with people, we almost feel like we need such a huge reason to leave that person. Okay, you don't. And you don't need to constantly wait around for some type of huge issue to occur for you to justify yourself to walk away from something. Okay, so for those of you that feel the need to walk away from a situation, sometimes you just need to acknowledge, this is what I need to do for me. You know what I mean? It's like you have birthrights just as much as all of us do. And it's like, don't feel the need to create tension and drama just to justify yourself out of a relationship, or just to justify yourself to walk away from something even. That's the best way I can explain it. I hope that makes sense. Don't feel like you have to find a specific issue. It's like sometimes it's just us. Sometimes it just is what it is. You know, even if it's like an endeavor, it's like, don't feel the need to find a specific issue. Sometimes we're just changing. We just got to go with it. You know what I'm saying? And not put so much resistance on it. Okay. This is way too many. Give me a card here for Virgo. To the moon and back. To the moon and back. The art of seduction. Some of you, you just may feel seduced by someone. Okay. It's like you're pondering, oh, they said they love me, to the moon and back. The art of seduction. But on a personal level, Virgo, to the moon and back. Some of you guys, for those of you focusing on like a business endeavor or something of that nature, it's like really finding out how you can emphasize on the good traits and recognize what is going to be needed of you for that personal endeavor, or how you want to represent yourself, or how you want to be perceived. Now, to the moon and back, this is like ultimately, this kind of feels like that up and down analogy I use in my head all the time about, you know, everything comes with an ebb and flow. Everything comes with, okay, we come down. Sometimes we're in a descended space sometimes, or we're in a space where we're in the dream space. We're in a space where we're creating. And, it, you know, I feel like there's some type of moment that's pushing you down. And then it's like, when you get back to reality, it's like you're staying there, but it's important to like kind of go up in the dream space and allow yourself to really get creative and touch base with your subconscious, touch base with your true desires, and understand that it's possible to bring that back down to reality. But you have to understand, with every good thing comes bad things. With every up, there's a down. It doesn't matter. There's duality with everything. And it's like, I feel like there's something here that you may have hit a down aspect in with a person, or with a job opportunity, or a business endeavor. And I feel like it's the art of seduction. I kind of like that when it comes, if it is a business endeavor. This kind of feels like, you know, you can be whoever you want to be, but it's like really important that you touch base with your true desires, and not the ego's desires, not a quick fix, not a quick solution. It's like there's something here where you may want to like kind of dive into an energy that is truly inspiring for you, or you feel connected with. And what does that look like? What does that truly look like? In your dream space, in 12th house energy, 8th house energy, what does it truly look like for you? And, you know, it's almost like needing to change the way you're perceived to seduce a better result. Okay. Now, when it comes to love matters, I feel like this is just you maybe feeling seduced. It's like you may be angry. I don't know what's going on with that, but I feel like this is more of a personal thing anyways, personal endeavor. Give me another card for Virgo. Forgiveness, self-employment. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like this has to do with some type of personal endeavor. When it comes to self-employment, we do have spiritual growth, moving. Things are changing, Virgo. Some of you guys just need to be less hard on yourself, or just expect failure, or expect things to be a little bit bumpy, but also see how, like, don't completely give up on something. Maybe remove the resistance. I don't know, but it's like you may want to sit on like, you may want to sit on this figuring out what really would emphasize how you want to represent yourself, or what's truly important for you, to the moon and back. I don't know, spiritual growth, moving, forgiveness, self-employment. Honestly, that was you. Could be dealing with a Leo. We also have Virgo and Pisces, Aries, and Scorpio. Art of seduction. Hold on, guys. I just gotta go pee. I'll be right back. Put my shoes on. Yeah, for business, I mean, when it comes to Virgo's read, it's like you have to understand that not everything about you is needed, okay? Not every trait about you is needed. It's like you have to stand on business, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand and be real with yourself when it comes to what parts of yourself people give a shit about, or what parts of yourself is useful for that whatever, and what ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people fail too, because they want to be too important. You know what I'm saying? And like the best thing for business is really just understanding how you can help people, really, or what people would value, not what necessarily you value. And there's certain aspects of yourself that you do value, but it's like how to make it useful for someone else. And I'm saying that with experience. I'm saying that because like it's true. Like it's true. Like not everybody, like you can't expect. Anyways, this is true. good, Ange. And also when it comes to business, just paying attention. Like for me, like I find it inspirational to watch how other people deal with like criticism and stuff like that. And, you know, it's like you need to really just pay attention and allow everything to be a source of inspiration and reflection and whatnot. And pay attention to how you manifest different types of outcomes as well. But yeah, because we all have a million different parts of ourselves and not everything is needed, obviously. But for some reason, we live in a world where authenticity is about putting everything out there, which is the most terrible advice. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? Authenticity is basically short for, like in this day and age, in the liberal day and age, is short for setting yourself up to be trampled, really. We made 2 songs called Happy Birthday for... Anyways, I'm going to move on. I'm taking too long tonight, sorry guys. Oh, not intermission. Libra. But it's like to find a successful business is like really find out what people need, like what people find valuable, what would help people. People are drawn to things that help them in one way or another, whether they change a thought process that's destroyed them, whether whatever. Like people don't necessarily care about you. They can say they do. People care about life and hope and love, and like people care about resolving things in their life. And it's like really important to figure out what about yourself you can bring to the table that will help people. And naturally you're going to be drawn to people. Everybody wants help, like authentic help that will fix something, that will help them in some way. Everybody wants that. Nobody wants to live depressed and with issues. And people are naturally going to be drawn to you if you are authentically helping rather than making it about you. All right, what do we have for Libra? Yeah, exactly. What can Libra expect? What can Libra expect this week? Or if you're doing music even, Virgos, okay? Just making music that inspires or touch spaces with an aspect that people resonate with, that you may have resonated with, you know, same thing. But what can Libra expect this week? 3 shuffles. Overall energy for you this week. Libra, 3 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, and the 10 of Wands. Oh, yikes. Sun in reverse, 5 of Swords, 2 of Wands in reverse. All right, so Libra, I feel like this week you may be taking responsibility for some type of, now I'll read it on an individual level and I'll read it if you're dealing with other people as well, okay? But if you're dealing with other people, you seem to be taking responsibility for some type of misunderstanding or superficial view that you've had. You may be sharing something that you haven't shared with this person, or you're sharing something here with the understanding that you were misled, okay? Because you're in a space of feeling frustrated, having some type of mental conflict, feeling some level of hesitation now on how to go about something, because you feel like you're becoming aware of information that you wasn't previously preview to, and now you're in a space of feeling like there's certain people in your life that now you can't trust, or you're quite frustrated with. So Libra, I feel like you're, for those of you dealing with other people this week, you seem to be taking responsibility for making a bad decision that was derived from some type of superficial view that you've had, and it feels as though you are healing either a relationship with a family member, with a lover, with a friend, whoever, a coworker, because you feel like, damn, well, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have done that if I knew that wasn't true, or if I knew, that, for example. It feels like you're taking responsibility for some type of superficial view. It's cold. Sorry, guys, my bones are cold. It's chilly. It's getting cold now. I need to get a heater in here, but it's cold. Some of you, this is cold, but it's like actually cold right now. All right. So yeah, I feel like you're taking responsibility for some type of misunderstanding. But now you're in a space of like feeling a little bit set back, because now you feel like, okay, well, if I can't trust that person, then what about this? What about that? It's like there's something here that you feel like you can no longer trust. It's like you feel you can't trust someone now. This is 5 of Swords, 4 of Cups, King of Pentacles in reverse. You definitely feel like some of you guys are dealing with a masculine energy in your life, whether it's someone you're married to, or someone in your workplace, or there's some type of masculine energy here that you feel chose to ignore. How do you say? You may feel manipulated someone here. Like you may feel like someone else in your life caused a missed opportunity for you, or you feel some sense of missed opportunity because someone in your life that's either jealous, or someone in your life that is very manipulative, someone that chose to be selfish, or someone that chose to taint a view of someone else, or taint your view of someone else out of pure manipulation or selfishness. It kind of feels like you feel like someone manipulated someone else for their own selfishness. Like, for example, if you're married to this person, you feel like your partner, you're finding out that your partner said something to someone that caused them to not really consider them for that company, or not consider. It feels like you feel as though someone that you wasn't expecting manipulated a situation in a way that caused you to miss an opportunity. Let's just put it that way. So for those of you dealing with other people, you definitely seem to be taking responsibility for some type of misunderstanding that you feel impacted you in that you feel caused some type of insecurity feeling, or insecurity literally on a financial level for you, or you feel caused someone to not commit to you or not rely on you in a company, something of that nature. Okay, so yeah, this week I feel like you're kind of set back because you're realizing you can't trust someone, or you're realizing it's like hidden enemies, becoming aware of hidden enemies, or becoming aware of someone's, becoming aware of someone in your life that you feel is selfish. Okay, and you seem to be moving toward, who is this that Libra is talking to clear up some type of misunderstanding? Page of Swords. Could be a child too, or a younger air sign. 9 of Wands in reverse. So you're talking to someone that you haven't been talking to in a while, because this is like delayed communication or delayed conversation. You're talking to someone that there's some type of delayed conversation. There seems to be someone that is giving in. How do you say? There may be someone that is either being quite relentless towards you, or has been quite relentless towards you. There may be even someone that has There may be even someone that has a chip on their shoulder a little bit in regards to a situation. Because who this is you're talking to, again, it could be a younger air sign, or this is a child, or someone that had a certain view on you, someone that may have been also waiting for some type of communication, or you feel has been using their head when it comes to some type of relentlessness. I don't know, maybe someone was relentless to this person. So this is someone that you're having a delayed conversation with, or you're getting delayed news from. In regards to either why they given up and chose another employee, or why they were so relentless. You're receiving some type of delayed news. Okay, so on a personal level, Libra, but yeah, for a lot of you, you're definitely taking responsibility for some type of misunderstanding. But if you're not dealing with anybody and you know for sure that that's not your thing, a lot of you guys are just being responsible about some type of personal confusion. Or Ace of Swords in reverse is all about having some type of personal truth, but also feeling like we need to suppress that personal truth because of unstable energy in our life. And it's like we may feel like we have too much going on, where we feel like we can't address something. Also, it's like we don't really have the clarity or that aha type of moment yet to kind of address something. So on a personal level, a lot of you guys may be just choosing to stay in your lane. And I'm not going to lie, on a personal level, I feel like you're having a lot of mental conflict in regards to sharing. Again, we still have people involved though. On a personal level, I feel like you're having some type of mental conflict in regards to dealing with something that's been bothering you, because you feel limited. You may feel like your reality is quite limiting, and you may be in a space this week where you're starting to become a little bit of a devil, okay? Now, I say that with love, but the Five of Swords and the Ace of Swords in reverse tells me that you may be starting to be a game player this week, or you may be starting to become quite manipulative to yourself or to the people around you, because you don't really know how to handle some type of issue within. So it's almost like you may be being a little bit, fake, I suppose. And again, I say that with love. We all have ebbs and flows. We all have our moments, but it kind of feels like you're kind of being objective focused when it comes to trying to, I'm not like, if this is a personal thing, I feel like nothing will really please you right now, because you're dealing with a personal issue that you feel like you can't address, either because of financial insecurity or because you feel like you already got too much on your plate. So you may be in a space of, trying to make other people address your issues, or or again, you're becoming a little bit manipulative. Because for the majority of you, I feel like this is just you taking responsibility for some type of misunderstanding with someone else and realizing who you can trust now and who you can't. For others of you, again, I feel like you may be becoming a little bit manipulative this week. So I would be careful with that energy, and understand that if you were authentically happy, or if there was certain issues that wasn't issues in your life, you wouldn't even give a shit about that. Okay, so when I was telling, I don't remember, I think it was Cancer or Gemini, when we have a lot of stress and when we have a lot of shit that seems to be working against us, we tend to naturally be drawn to other stress and bullshit and drama. Why? Because it's like we're kind of deflecting our own issues, or we're deflecting our own inner frustrations, that type of thing. And I feel like the more energy you put on focusing on everybody else and what's wrong with your partner and what's wrong with this, the less focus you're giving opportunity to kind of resolve things within that. If they were different, you wouldn't even give a shit about that. Okay, so it's almost like needing to find mental peace. Like, my advice just looking at this is like, you may need to find some sense of mental peace and find ways to create a life that you don't need to be a game player, that you don't need to be manipulative, that you don't need to feel like you can't be transparent. If you have a life currently that you feel like you can't be transparent to the people around you, or you feel like you're lying, or you feel like you're becoming a little bit shady, you need to acknowledge that as this is a personal problem. It has nothing to do with they're not fucking you enough. Poor you. Okay, you need to acknowledge this is a personal problem, that because I feel like I can't trust, I need to create a life where I can trust, I can be myself, I can. It's like you may need to create a life that you don't have to play games. Because this week I feel like you're kind of souping in that energy of trying to play the game better, or trying to be more manipulative, or trying to like manipulate the situation more, rather than just dealing with why you even feel like you have to manipulate that. I don't know how to explain that any better than that. So yeah, because this week I feel like there's a lot of energy being put into, on a personal level, if you're not dealing with other people, there's a lot of energy being put into trying to make a statement, or come off a certain way, or manipulate the narrative, when in reality you have the power to change the narrative, but you don't know how to do that. So again, less energy focused on manipulating, more energy focused on how to create a life that you don't need to manipulate, where you don't need to pretend, okay, or you don't need to play games or be shady. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, because some of you are just doing this because there's a fear of change, or there's a fear of acknowledging some type of inner truth. But for the majority of you, I feel like you're becoming aware of someone that's done that to you, or they manipulated you instead of just handling something properly. And now you're taking responsibility for having a wrong understanding on a situation. You could be dealing with a Leo. We have Morning Dew Girl and Queen Bee. I don't know how to represent that for you. Can you hear me? Morning Dew Girl, Queen Bee. Some of you guys, can you hear me, Queen Bee? Some of you guys may have been waiting on someone to respond to you, and it's like you're becoming aware this week of why they haven't been responding to you as well. Host of Flowers. Host of Flowers. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like you're becoming aware of why someone hasn't been acknowledging you. Host of Flowers. Seven of Swords is a lie. For some of you, it's like you may be trying to create a host of flowers, like on a personal level. Some of you guys, it's like instead of trying to manipulate a host of flowers, more so try to like create a host of flowers that's real and isn't a facade. Whatever that means for you. I don't know. Let's see. Because there could be some deception in the home or family, or there's, again, creating something real for yourself instead of we do have join in religion and spirituality. You know, just becoming aware of who you truly are, what you're truly connected with. You know, don't overthink life. Don't overthink authenticity. Don't overthink how things should be. Because on a personal level this week, I feel like you're just battling with, you know, yourself, or you're battling with I don't know. Again, you don't need to. It is possible to have a host of flowers, and it is possible to have a beautiful life and it be real, and it's not pretend, you know. And if you're dealing with other people, this is like maybe needing to recognize some type of higher learning or new information that you're becoming aware of, and join in and take responsibility for that as well. Okay, so I don't know. Scorpio. It did come with a book. Damn. It did come with a book. Oh, fuck. I never even thought about that. It did come with a book, guys. What did Libra get? God, I totally missed the opportunity for the other signs. My bad. I never even thought about it. I don't even remember what oracles Libra had. Oh yeah, Morning Dew Girl. What was the number? 13. The woman on this card collects fat raindrops into a basket of leaves. She is called Morning Dew Girl, and this symbolizes the receiving and absorption of all worries and fears. She invites us to start sharing our own feelings and worries. We can collect them and deal with them instead of hiding them deep inside. Isn't that what we were talking about? She stands resolute and strong, ready to face her fears. While fear can be as powerful as a river, once confronted, it may turn out to be as small as a drop of dew. So basically, it's about acknowledging your fears instead of hiding them deep inside, Libra. Damn, I should have used this book for the other signs. You are so right. I'm going to use it for the rest of y'all. And the Queen Bee one, let's just run right quick. Madame Queen Bee is big and strong, yet gentle and mothering. Her skirt is a flower tower, a home for bees that sustain our ecosystem. She gives us strength, power, and life to her surroundings. She is Mother Nature. She is responsible for the tulips that send energy into the world and all that grows to know the beauty of each day. Her children are the children of the earth. She nurtures us all. So, whatever that means for you. All right, let's move on. I'll use that for the rest of y'all. I've never even thought about it. I'm an idiot. All right, Sagittarius. What do we for Sagittarius? What can Sagittarius expect this week? Two more. What can Sagittarius expect this week? Three shuffles. Overall energy for you this week, Sagittarius, you're the Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, Seven of Wands, King of Swords. Well, Sagittarius, I feel like this week you're becoming aware of options that you have, but you're also quite overwhelmed with the decision. You're definitely this week making head over heart decisions when it comes to any options that are being presented to you in the dream space, or literally the Empress, Star in reverse, the Magician in reverse. So Sagittarius, I feel like for those of you dealing with another person, I feel this week you're going to be quite confused because you may feel like There's someone here that is being very supportive, very nurturing. You may feel, it's like you feel very supported this week. Okay. However, you're also feeling either low key, like it's manipulation, or it's like you don't really know what to do with it. It's almost like you feel like you're receiving support from someone, but you don't know what to do with it. A lot of you guys are also, like I said, you're aware that you have options. You're also in the dream space this week, but you're also very confused in regards to what you should be doing or what the right decision is. And I feel like ultimately you're doing what's necessary this week. You're kind of sticking to the original protocol, or you're kind of sticking to your original focus points to kind of maintain the advantage or kind of take the high road when it comes to even other people. Like for those of you a little bit confused in regards to someone's intentions with you or how to handle some type of conflict, you're just kind of choosing to detach and take the high road, okay, to protect yourself. But I do feel this week there's a lot of options being presented to you, and there's a lot of, you know, well, what if type of energy, like dreams. It's like you're in the dream space, you're exploring your options, but you're kind of sticking to making head over heart decisions to, you know, take the high road and protect your current investments, protect your current territory, all of that type of energy. So but yeah, I do feel like you're receiving a lot of support. For those of you involved with business or something that you've been investing into, things are growing. So I'm not sure where the confusion is coming from. Give me a little bit on that. Seven of Cups, the Emperor in reverse. We have the Emperor and the Empress on the table. One more. Four of Cups. I don't know, Sagittarius. This kind of feels like something is being handed to you on a silver plate, but because of like imposter syndrome or because of feeling intimidated, you're finding yourself ignoring it. There's some type of offer or opportunity being handed to you on a silver plate. For some of you, you're having a hard time accepting the fact that something is working out. I'm just going to be honest with you. Or you're having a hard time accepting that, you know, it's like maybe a business is going really well, but you're still being hard on yourself, or you're focused on the negatives, or you're kind of going with those nuance of feelings of feeling bored one day. It's like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. It's like some of you guys are having a hard time stepping into your authority when it comes to something currently, or something that you're going to be finding out this week is actually working out really well. You're really supported. Something is growing. It's like you're having a hard time, you know, stepping into your boss suit. I don't know. It kind of feels, Sagittarius, like things are going really well, but you're having a hard time embracing it. You're having a hard time. Again, it kind of feels like maybe you posted a video and it went really viral. Okay. And now it's like you don't know what to do. Okay. It's like, or it's like it's like there's imposter syndrome, or maybe you're receiving a lot of support to offer something to the community, and it's like you're having a hard time stepping into that position. It kind of feels sad. Some of you guys are on the verge, or there's some of you guys are on the verge of potentially sabotaging an opportunity or sabotaging something that's already going well, honestly, because you're intimidated or you're not stepping up to the plate. It's like they're calling your name and Sag is nowhere to be found. So I would be careful this week with focusing on the negatives, or sometimes we can take our feelings from day to day that come with the moon that changes every 2 days. Okay. The moon changes every 2 days. Sometimes we can take those feelings from day to day and allow it to destroy a bigger vision or a bigger purpose or a bigger picture of something. So I feel like something is going really well for you this week, but you may find yourself focused on the negatives of it. And I really feel like it's stemmed from self-doubt, or some of you guys don't like being in the spotlight as well, or some of you guys are having a hard time stepping into the limelight of something. I don't know what to tell you, Sagittarius. There's something here going really well. For those of you where this is more love matters, it's like there's a relationship going really well, but it's like you're dealing with your own insecurities of that, or finding yourself still focused on the negatives of that, something of that nature. Some of you guys have a partner that is offering you some type of opportunity and you're focused on the negatives of that because you're either dealing with a lot of self-doubt, or you're seeing the bigger purpose, or again, it feels like imposter syndrome, something of that nature. Either way, Sag, like, I don't know what to tell you. Life is being handed to you on the silver platter. For a lot of you, you're having a hard time stepping into the limelight or fully embracing a position or something that is becoming available to you. Some of you guys have a love offer coming in too, that on a smaller scale, not a smaller scale of things, but for those of you where this is about love, some of you guys do have a love offer coming in, but it's like you're immediately putting that defense up. It's like it must be too good to be true, something of that nature. Some of you guys also have a lot of unused skill, talents, or abilities, or you're not really capitalizing off them as you could. And again, for a lot of you, it's just because you're having a hard time putting something out there, or you're having a hard time stepping into some type of a position fully. It's almost like the creation aspect is there. The energy is there. You're in that divine state where it's like things are naturally being attracted to you. But when it comes to like signing the dotted line, or when it comes to like, okay, it's go time, this feels too mundane. This feels too literal. This feels too, it's like this feels too restrictive. I don't know. Something here feels too, it's like you're being all rigid about it. Like something here is causing you to give pushback to something that could potentially be a wish fulfillment. So I don't know what to tell you, Sag. Don't be your worst enemy. Because yeah, this week you seem to be making head over heart decisions. You're kind of you're keeping up the normal protocol of how you handle things. But the problem is, I feel like this week there's opportunity to do things a little bit differently, to fully kind of sign the dotted line, or to fully make, emphasize off what's already going good, and you're having a hard time. It's almost like you're fearing failure, or you're fearing people that are going to focus on the negatives of it. I don't know what to tell you, but it's like you got options, and you got offers. You got people that is saying, hey, like, look what I got. Like, again, some of you, this is a love offer coming in, and you're like focused on the negatives of it too. Okay. So, because there's potential here for wasted opportunities, or wasted, or wasting your energy even. I don't know. I would just, It's like you just need to ease into something. You just need to ease into something. You're like, no. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you, Sag. If this is a business, it's like you have an opportunity to really go big with it, but it's like, no, I don't want to be in the limelight, or I don't want people to know I do this, or I don't want to do that talk show. I mean, that's like really dramatic, but it's kind of like that. But it's almost like things are expanding, but you keep pushing it down, Sagittarius. Whether this is in your relationship, or your divine counterpart, or business, things are expanding and you're like pushing it down. Like, I don't want it to, nope, that's too much. No, it's like you keep suppressing it every time you get this feeling, or you're just focusing on the negatives, or there's like this feeling of, I don't know how to explain that, but things are going really well, Sag. But it's like you keep blocking yourself, if you know what I'm saying. You keep blocking it. It's like you could get the message of your dreams, and then you're like, block. That's what I feel. So let's see. Give me a card for Sag. So we do have a long way home. We also have Sleeping Beauty's Dream. Let's read the book. 35. Everybody open your Bibles. All right. Look at this little elephant on his journey through the skies. He lives in a huge balloon and has his castle with him. Lights guide the way while he slowly passes over the horizon. How long is his journey, and will it ever end? Will he drop anchor again or continue his travels? That's what I feel like you were doing. You kept dropping your anchor. You just kept dropping your anchor. This card reflects how we pass through our lives. During our pilgrimage, we collect memories strong enough to fill a castle and light enough to buoy our voyage. And light enough to buoy our voyage. It almost feels like you're trapped in doing just enough. And it's like you may find yourself coming across a point where it's like you just want to anchor. It's like you're staying light enough to be able to buoy, to stop. It's like you're on a voyage and you keep wanting to buoy. Okay, you keep wanting to drop the buoy. Y'all know what I'm saying? So I feel it's like, yeah, it's like you keep wanting to drop the anchor when the voyage is yet to be continued. Okay, and then we have Sleeping Beauty's dream. We all know the story of Sleeping Beauty, who got pricked by a spindle and fell into a deep sleep. This card shows Sleeping Beauty asleep, her hair thick like thorns surrounding a castle. Imagine if your soul could wander while you sleep. What places and people would it visit? Envision what kind of journey you could have. Your soul is not tied to a certain place. It is able to tear down walls and scale a hedge of thorns. Like the bird, Sleeping Beauty gently holds in her hand your soul and is ready to be freed and soar to all the places in your dreams. There you go. There you go. All right. I feel like you guys are it's almost like you're doing just enough to get by. And it's like you're constantly wanting, it's like you're scared to go any further than that because then shit's really going to go down or you're going to be really big or things are actually going to be successful. And it's like you're almost looking, you guys rule the ninth house, which can talk about escapism. It's, religion, philosophy, long distance travel as well. But a lot of you guys tend to constantly try to escape anything or that you may feel eventually will cause you to not be able to escape. It's like, it's almost like claustrophobia. Okay. It's like you always need to know where the exit is. Sag, y'all are notorious for always needing to know where the exit is. So I feel like y'all just need to chill and embrace it. Okay. They're calling your name. You need to be upstage. You could be dealing with an Aries though. We also have Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, and Gemini. But thank you, Catherine Holly. I really appreciate that, girl. All right, Scorpio. Or no, Capricorn. I did skip Scorpio, didn't? I'm so sorry. God, what is with me lately? The other day I skipped someone too. Scorpio. I'm so sorry, Scorpios. Y'all must be cursing me off right now, aren't you? Scorpio. What can Scorpio expect? What can Scorpio expect? And then we're going to go to Capricorn. My bad. What can Scorpio expect? I'm sorry, man. Three shuffles for Scorpio. Overall energy for you this week, Scorpio, we have the Four of Wands in reverse, Star in reverse, King of Cups in reverse. Okay. Page of Pentacles in reverse. We do have the Ten of Cups, though, and the Eight of Cups. All right, so All right, Scorpio, this is 4-1 in reverse, Star in reverse, King of Cups in reverse. I feel like there's something here you're just not feeling. You're not settled with some type of outcome or how something is playing out. A lot of you guys are feeling like maybe you made yourself a part of something that you're now feeling not really a part of. It's almost like you feel, you know, like maybe you made yourself a part of a community or a certain group of people, or you try to make yourself a part of a family situation. It's like you're not feeling something. You feel it's like you may feel unsupported, or you may feel I feel like you're just recognizing that there's a certain situation, certain family, certain community that is not supportive of you, that is not sensitive to something that maybe you're going through. It's almost like, it's kind of like family maybe. It's like a lot of you guys are in a space where you may be keeping your distance or choosing to just walk away from trying to be a part of a family situation because you're realizing they don't really give a shit about certain aspects, or you're having a hard time, you know, renewing that situation because things aren't playing out in the way that you had hoped. Some of you guys are also choosing to separate yourself from certain communities or certain things that you made yourself a part of, because ultimately it's either not inspiring you anymore, or you feel like it's just not for you anymore, or you feel like or you just don't really feel like you were ever really a part of it. It's like you felt pushed away the whole time, or it's like you try to be a part of even your partner's family or certain people that you just feel like they don't, it's like you're not forcing yourself. It's like you're in a space where you feel like people are being overly critical on you. You may feel like people are being really nitpicky on you, maybe even being critical on emotional wounds that you have or frustrations that you have. And you're in a space of not really, it's like, okay, it kind of feels like you in a family situation, or you in a community, you in an organization, you seem to be coming together this week, okay? However, I feel like you're walking away from it quite disappointed, and with the awareness of, okay, this is not for me. That's the best way I can explain it, because I do feel like you're coming together here with someone, or coming together, or you're making yourself a part of a community or a family or something of that nature. You are, but you're also in a space of, okay, well, that was disappointing, is what this feels like. Some of you guys are also expressing some concerns you have about things that's been weighing on you, and you may feel like people don't care, or it kind of feels like you're making yourself a part of something. There's a family situation, or you're trying to make yourself a part of a mom group even, or something within a community that may have been, the influence may have been derived from family, or because you have children, you're now all of a sudden trying to make yourself a part of something. Kind of feels like you're trying to make yourself a part of something that you really don't feel like you fit. Okay. And I do feel like you're doing it, it's happening, but you also are walking away with a sense of disappointment. Okay. You're walking away from something with a sense of disappointment. For those of you coming together with a lover, it kind of feels like, I still feel like you're walking away or keeping your distance with a sense of disappointment, because you feel like they're being overly critical on you, or you feel like you're just in a week where you have feelings, or there's things that are bothering you, and you feel like instead of your partner, or instead of this person that apparently cares for you, instead of them hearing you out and just letting you feel this feeling, they're just kind of judging you for feeling it, okay, is what this feels like. So I feel like you're walking away from something with a sense of disappointment. You are trying to make yourself a part of something, but it kind of feels like very, very short-lived. Feels very short-lived. You don't really feel a part of it. So here's this kind of short and sweet. Some of you guys are still hurt by something within a family or within a relationship, and you may be bringing that up this week, but you're going to find, again, your person is judging you more so for having that feeling to begin with, rather than considering or empathizing with you. And it's kind of making you walk away with a sense of disappointment. So I don't know. I feel like there's something happening this week that's very short-lived, like a reunion or coming together with someone. And you may find yourself walking away with a sense of disappointment. And again, some of you guys are involving yourself in something in regards to a community because of children, but you don't really feel a part of it, but you may find yourself just doing it and then walking away knowing you're never going to be back. It's that type of energy. Could also be dealing with an Aquarius. But this also has to do with like 11th house things where it's like associations and how our view on the world can impact our associations too, right? So it's like a lot of you guys may be trying to associate with people this week that you normally don't. And you're realizing, okay, this is never going to be for me as well. We do have Butterfly Garden and the Perfect Key. A woman holds a blooming flower in her hand as she gazes toward the sky. On her head sits a butterfly, closely examining the purple petals. Enjoying the situation, the woman stands still and quietly soaks in her surroundings. She does not want to disturb the scene. In our daily life, there are so many possible moments that could be precious if we would just take the time to notice them. Be mindful of your surroundings and pay attention. Ask, why is that there? Then make connections. Small observations can lead to great discoveries. All right. And then we have the Perfect Key. This card shows a woman holding a key in one hand and a cage with a heart in it in the other. There is a bird sitting on the woman's shoulder, encouraging her to try different keys with his mouth. Yet the woman has already found the perfect fitting key. She can open the cage and open her heart. Sometimes life is only a search for the right key. There are so many things that are hard for us to approach. We can have trouble accessing our own feelings. Thanks to friends and family, there are people who can help us find the lost keys to our personal happiness if we let them. So, I don't know, for those of you dealing with family, some of you guys may be holding a grudge, or you're having a hard time involving yourself in a situation, or you're having a hard time letting them even involve you. I don't know, but that's that. You could be dealing with an Aquarius as well. All right, Capricorn. Man, I'm so mad at myself for not using the book with the rest of the signs. All right, Capricorn. What can Capricorn expect this week? Two more. What can Capricorn expect this week? Three shuffles. Overall energy for you this week, Capricorn, we have the Chariot, Seven of Wands in reverse, King of Cups. Okay. 10 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and the Lovers in reverse. All right, so Capricorn, I feel like you're in a space where you're kind of giving into a situation that you once told yourself you wouldn't give into. This kind of feels like you're folding on your stance, or you're folding on your defenses here when it comes to, now I'll read it if you're dealing with a person and also an individual, but if you're dealing with another person, I feel like you're kind of giving in or folding to overcome some type of conflict within a family, or to overcome some type of conflict with this person. Why? Because you love them. And a lot of you guys are in a space where you're willing to forgive someone, or you're asking for forgiveness, depending on how that's playing out. But some of you guys seem to be giving in, or you're folding on your defenses in a situation, because I feel like you're seeing opportunity to, you're seeing opportunity for happiness. You're seeing opportunity to kind of have that happily ever after here with someone. Some of you guys this week, you may also be being blamed for something, Capricorn, I'm not going to lie, or someone is, there's some type of poor choice that you may have made that is causing you to be the blame for something, or is causing you to seem to be open or willing to empathize for why someone would see things a certain way. Some of you guys are dealing with a Libra, because Libra was approaching someone with that type of energy. It doesn't have to be. But Capricorn, I feel like you're in a space where you're open to forgiving, or you're open to giving something your support, even though at one point in time you said, no, I'm never doing that. Or you had your defenses up, and it's with the intent of overcoming some type of conflict. And again, it feels as though someone may be putting something on you this week, or you may feel blamed for some type of choice, or blamed for disconnecting, or you may feel blamed for even a difference in values, for crying out loud. It's like there's something here that you may feel like it's being put on you, and you're in a space of empathizing where someone is coming from. So it's not one of those things that you're being blamed for that you're just running from, or it freaks you out. It's one of those things that's like, okay, I can understand where you're coming from, or why you would feel that way. So I feel like you're either asking for forgiveness or accepting someone's apology, and you're folding and giving into a situation to overcome some type of conflict. Okay, especially if you're dealing with a Gemini or a Cancer. So, some of you guys are somewhat embarrassed as well. I don't know why. Can we get a little bit more on the Eight of Swords? Ace of Wands in reverse. The Hermit. For those of you where this is an intimate thing, you may be the blame for why something was a false start, because you either omitted something, or you kind of kept your distance, or you kind of made yourself unattainable. Okay, for a lot of you. Some of you guys are also feeling so some of you have someone that's trying to make it work out. For some of you, you have someone that is trying to heal a family issue, or heal a relationship, or heal the potential of a relationship, and you may find that you are being blamed for either not taking initiative, or you're being blamed for some type of false start. If this is family matters, it's like maybe being blamed for just keeping to yourself, and not expressing something, or not taking initiative to be a part of the family, something like that. It kind of feels like you're being blamed for something, and whatever is going on, it's somewhat embarrassing you, or causing you to feel like you're empathizing with it. So it's not something that, again, that is like crazy or false accusations. It feels like something that you're aware, okay, that was a poor choice, or you're aware that why someone may have, given up on you, or why someone may have kind of pulled back from you. It kind of feels like there's something here, you're aware of why someone would feel that way, or you're becoming aware of it. And you're in a space of willing to give into the situation to overcome some type of conflict. So, on a personal level, for those of you not dealing with any drama, but yeah, for a lot of you, you guys someone may be putting something on you this week that they perceive to be a poor choice, but you simultaneously feel like, yeah, that was a poor choice. So it's like you're willing to give into the situation and empathize, or ask for forgiveness to maintain a family situation, or to honestly have your happily ever after with someone. Okay. On a personal level, Capricorn, because some of you guys are actually trying to be mature about a weak defense. So you may be aware that you have a weak defense about something too. I just want to take it back to the other storyline, but on a personal level, on a personal level still, Capricorn, I do feel like you may feel as though you are taking a lot on, okay, to maintain your own happiness. Or for those of you not involved with anybody or not in a relationship or have children, you guys may feel this week where you need to be the bigger person or take a lot on to maintain some sense of happiness for yourself. Okay, so for those of you that have nobody in your life this week, you may feel quite disconnected, or you may feel you may be having a hard time involving yourself in anything new. Okay, but it's really because you're tired. Essentially, it's like this is you trying to, you know, maintain your own level of happiness, but you may find yourself disconnecting more and more and more to do that, and you may be almost trying to avoid conflict to the point of not fighting for anything. Okay, this is like on a personal level, you may find yourself feeling like nothing is really willing to fight for, nothing, or it's like you're not willing to. It's almost like giving up on things really easily to avoid conflict, but it's getting to the point where you're almost limiting yourself when it comes to love matters, or when it comes to moving in new directions on a soul level, and when it comes to your journey. Because this is saying, if I could give you advice on a personal level with this is saying to not be afraid of failure, or not be afraid of conflict, if that conflict at least derive from some type of true conviction or truth. Okay, because for a lot of you, you're trying to avoid conflict to the point of trapping yourself and limiting yourself, or even allowing yourself to be the blame. Okay, especially if there's a family situation or other people. Like some of you guys are avoiding conflict to the point of now you're becoming the blame. It's like, is omitting truth a lie? You know, or there's something here you're not standing on, or you don't want to stand on to avoid conflict. Okay, but this is like personal. This is your personal story. So, on a personal level, it's like you're giving up on something. It's like you may be giving up on something to maintain your own happiness, or you're having a hard time starting anything new because you're constantly trying to be wise, but it's like you're almost limiting yourself because there's a fear of loss, or there's a fear of failure. So on a personal level, you just seem to be overcoming conflict. It's like you're not wanting to fight, or you're not wanting to do anything new. You're not wanting to try anything new, which is like whatever. It's just a week. But if you are dealing with family, you may find that you are becoming the blame for something because of a lack of initiative. It's almost like, or you're becoming the blame for not protecting someone, or not saying something, or not something like that. There's something here where you have a weak defense, or you fail to protect something, or you just have a weak defense to some type of poor choice, and you're in a space of asking for forgiveness or empathizing with someone. But I feel like you're just doing it to overcome conflict still. But that's what you're doing. And you do feel like that y'all could have a happily ever after. But yeah, you may be avoiding conflict this week to the point of becoming the blame, because you either never said something, or you're letting, I mean, it really depends on what your priorities are, but it's almost like letting people talk amongst themselves to the point of coming to a conclusion instead of just saying what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you're ignoring people, or you're ignoring someone. I don't know. Again, that's all subjective. I mean, if you don't want that situation, then have at her. Ignore it all you want and let them say whatever they want about you. Who gives a fuck? Okay. But if you want it, it's almost like you may need to have a conversation, okay, to avoid have the finger pointed at you. That's the best way I can explain it. So I don't know what that's about, but You may need to have a conversation here with someone. You could be dealing with a Cancer. We also have Gemini and Virgo. This to me. We do have Night Ride. Pure Nature. Let's see. 46, Night Ride. So an elephant transports 2 owls on his back, a mother with her young bird child. Protectively, she has folded her wing over the young owl's head. The elephant rides through the night, blowing stars up into the sky through his trunk. Connected with magic and wonder, the elephant is a protector, a strong shoulder to lean on in all times. Even during dark times, you can feel safe and secure beside him. So some of you guys may have folded your wing over someone's head to protect them, or to ease something for them, or to make something easier, and whatever that was may be coming to the surface. Capricorn is kind of what I get from that, or you take whatever you want from it. Okay, now we have Pure Nature. I'll never forget, I watched stories from people that survived the Holocaust. Sorry about dramatic, but I watched this lady, and it was like an hour interview, and I just found it interesting. But she went through it, and she said the only reason that she feels she survived is because she listened to her mother. And they were like, well, why did you trust your mother? And she said because she was always honest, even when the honest truth was very scary, and was like, she would be very honest about the real dangers and what was going on and what was happening. And she was very honest. So she said she feels like the only reason she survived, even though she was so young, is because she listened to her mother, and she felt like she could trust her mother because her mother was honest, even when the truth sucked. So it's like there may be someone here you need to be honest to, even if that truth sucks. But let's see, moving on. Sorry, that was a random thing. Pure Nature. This young girl is flourishing as she develops into a woman. She loves her body and is aware of her unique beauty. Just as this girl does, cherish the beauty nature has given to you. See the softness and grace and keep the secrets of youth in your heart. The red pony symbolizes respect and honor, ideals that must be recognized in ourselves before we can genuinely share our true nature with others. So, you take that how you want it. So it's almost like you need to be open or honest or understanding of a really tough truth, is kind of what that feels like. All right, moving on. What do we have for Aquarius? What can Aquarius expect this week, universe, spirits, and guides? What can Aquarius expect this week? 2 more. Three shuffles. One more. Overall energy for you this week, Aquarius, we have the Fool in reverse, Queen of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, Strength in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Chariot in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. All right. So I'll read if you're just an individual with nobody in your life, or if you're dealing with someone else too. Because for those of you dealing with someone else, I feel like you're feeling a bit wounded. Now, I feel like you're trying to be emotionally mature or wise when it comes to expressing your wounds or hurt, but I feel like you may be feeling somewhat hurt because you feel like your efforts or you feel like your efforts are being overlooked here when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to a business even, because the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, there may be a lot of arguing around money, debt, shared resources, or there may be a lack of stability that's, it's like you may feel like despite your efforts in the workplace, things aren't really coming to fruition in the way that you wanted, or you may feel like even though they're in a partnership or a relationship or even a business collaboration, you may feel like even though you've been putting really hard effort in and you've been doing what it takes and it's like you feel like your efforts are being overlooked, and you may feel like, for those of you in a relationship, you may feel like there's a lot of arguing around money, or you may feel like your person is being quite you may feel like something is very superficial. Okay, it's almost like when money's good, the relationship's good. When money's not good, it's not good. Or if it's a business, it's like you may feel like you are starting to question whether this is something you should invest into because of something that is making you feel like things are a little bit unstable. Okay, but for those of you dealing with a person, I feel like you're a little bit frustrated because you feel like your efforts are being overlooked. I feel like you're quite angry about it, but you're kind of biting your tongue. It's like you're following this person's lead, or it's like you're kind of going with the flow, avoiding being destructive when it comes to communication, even if this is just a business relationship. I feel like you're feeling hurt, but you're also avoiding communicating on this. Okay, but you are starting to lose the faith. For those of you where you are loosely involved in something where there's no contracts or anything like that, you may find yourself this week almost pulling out to some extent slowly. Like this kind of feels like, okay, it's like you're recognizing some type of conflict or something here that's bothering you that you're having a hard time overcoming. Okay. And it's like you may find yourself kind of distancing yourself or running from the situation, or almost like taking it's like you're finding yourself becoming a little bit it's like I feel like you're getting into your ego to some degree. Now, ego is not a bad thing. We all have an ego. Okay, it's what that ego is protecting, because our ego protects us. Okay, it protects our aura, it protects us from being trampled on a soul level. Our ego is very much necessary to avoid unnecessary trials and tribulations, and to avoid unnecessary pain. Like, let's just be honest, our ego is very much necessary. It's only the issue comes in when that ego is protecting something that is not real or is not of our true nature. Okay, so I feel like you're starting to enter this space where you're becoming bothered, okay, because you feel like your efforts are being overlooked, or because you feel like something is not coming to fruition, or you're becoming bothered by the insecurity of a job even, and it's like your ego's kind of kicking in, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's all up to you, and I'll leave that to you in regards to whether your ego is protecting someone of your true nature and what's justified. It's that type of energy. Like, for example, if you start dating someone and you're recognizing they're constantly trying to make underhanded comments to make you jealous, or they're constantly trying to do things to make you jealous, right? If you start dating someone and you're recognizing it's causing more negative feelings than good, then yeah, that ego is good. It's like, don't touch my soul. It's like that Beyonce song, "You Won't Break My Soul." Okay. It's like, then the ego is like, okay, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? So there's something here where it's like you're becoming aware is kind of breaking you down a little bit. Not completely. You're not broken. It's just you don't like how it's making you feel. That's the best way I can explain it. So your ego's kicking in this week. Because I feel like for those of you dealing with a person, especially if it's an intimate type of thing, you don't want this person to know that you even care. Okay. It's almost like you don't want to have to beg for appreciation. You don't want to have to tell this person how to treat you. You know, if they want to, like, for example, if there's arguing around money in a relationship, it's like, you don't want to have to tell this person the obvious that, sorry, but I'm the only one making money, or sorry, but I've been working extra hours, and whatever it is. It's like, you don't want to have to tell this person the obvious, you know what I'm saying? So it just kind of hurts. So you're kind of feeling a negative feeling, and that ego's coming up. And again, ego has such a negative stigma behind it that is wrong. Like, ego is so necessary to protect yourself. It's just all about what that ego is protecting. I feel like this ego is coming in to protect this Queen of Cups, which is you, whether you're male or female. It's just the energy, right? And the Queen of Cups is very much aware and takes responsibility for her needs, and is very sensitive to what she needs to nurture her soul, essentially. And if nobody's going to do that for her, she's going to do it, right? The Queen of Cups in reverse expects everybody to do it. She's very bitter. She's manipulative. She'll manipulate you until you give her what you want. Queen of Cups upright is saying, if you don't give me what I want, if you don't respect me, if you don't recognize how much effort I've been putting into it, I'm going to go take care of that by myself. So I feel like you're kind of entering this energy of like, okay, this is making me feel like shit. I need to get out, or I need to make a change, or I need to change my job, or I need to something like that. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like you're lacking faith in a certain direction. And I mean, let's give me a little bit on that Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this is you. For those of you dealing with another person, and the Queen of Swords. For those of you dealing with another person, I feel like this is you running from someone, or distancing yourself from someone, or letting that ego protect you. And even if they perceive it to be, oh, you're too cool for me now. That's how people like to perceive it. Yeah. Yeah, I am. You know, because I feel like you're keeping your distance from someone that you either feel is self-righteous, entitled, a bit of a bully, someone that maybe is a bit of a player, someone that is, you know, just feeling some sense of entitlement to you, even if it's a boss or someone in the workplace. It's like, this is you feeling very much confident in the fact of, I've seen what I need to see. I'm gone. Because Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is you feeling like you've received some type of mental clarity on someone in your life. It could be a friend too, because the two queens. So this could be a friend, or someone that is you're recognizing as a low-key hater. Okay. But I feel like you've seen what you need to see when it comes to someone. And this is you receiving enough mental clarity to kind of get away from that. Directly what you're moving towards, to be quite honest with you, I feel with that Queen of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you already have something accomplished, or you already have the qualifications to, like, you already have your own ability to nurture yourself, or to take care of yourself, or to keep on doing schooling, or some of you guys are in university, or it's like you already have the ability to invest in yourself. You just feel like there's a situation here that does not deserve that ability, because there's a continuation of being overlooked or something of that nature. So I feel like you're more so like keeping your distance and letting that ego protect you, while continuing what you already have to offer without the outside mosquito, annoying type of like oppressive shit. Okay. It's that type of energy. So I feel like you're just keeping your distance more so. I don't feel like you're directly moving toward anything, just moving away from that shitty feeling that someone is trying to make you feel. Trying, okay? Queen of Wands in reverse can try to make you feel like shit, or jealous, or they try to rub, you know, something in your face, or they try to, even if it's a friend, it's like, you don't like it, so bye. That's it. And it's not because you're insecure or anything. It's just because you know what you have to offer. You know you have the ability to take care of yourself, or you know you have the ability to, it's like, you know what you have to offer. So why bother with this? It's like you don't really feel like you need them. Or if it's a company, it's like, listen, I can work somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like you feel quite qualified to be able to support yourself in some way, or be supported by another employer. So it's like you don't really feel the need to put up with something. Okay. So you're not putting up with something this week, but I feel You're having a moment where it's like, oh, that hurts. And then it's like, bam, it's like you're not letting yourself sit in that feeling. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Even if you have nobody in your life, you're not allowing yourself to sit in your own you're not allowing yourself to tear yourself down to the point of being desperate or pathetic or something like that, if that makes any sense. So, all right, give me an oracle for Aquarius. So I don't know, this week you maybe just kind of paying attention to what makes you feel like shit, even if that's your own thoughts or what you put your focus on, or people in your life that you're recognizing is annoying, or you're recognizing is like intentionally trying to make you feel a certain way. Okay? And you don't like it and you're just keeping your distance. But it may suck for a little bit, especially if it's a love matter where it's like, damn, like I've invested a lot into this or whatever. And you just feel like, anyway, give me an oracle. Ironic. So we have home in the sky. We also have the art of seduction. Someone else had that card too. I don't remember. Home in the sky. That's ironic because you are an air sign. Going back to the home in the sky. Going back to being an airhead. Fuck you. Okay. Let's see what it says. All right. Up in the sky, we see a floating neighborhood of houses carried by balloons. Birds peek out through the windows. In this card, there are elements of a journey symbolized by the sky, birds, and balloons. But there are also houses which suggest home, security, and stability. These birds have the best of both worlds. They can travel a big distance without losing their home. They are free to seek new experiences without worry. Home truly is where your heart is. You are the bird. Because you are free to seek new experiences without worry. You have the ability. That's kind of what we were saying. I feel like you're kind of going back into this element where you realize, like, why do I have to deal with this? I don't know. You take with that what you want, but let's go to the other one. The art of seduction. Let's see what this means. We see an We see an elegantly dressed couple. The woman close to the man as she whispers something in his ear. Is she talking about love? What kind of secrets is she telling him? In her red jeweled gown, the woman is aware of her powers of seduction. She uses her femininity, beauty, and passion. She tempts all of his senses, from the scent of a fragrant bloom to a soft touch on his cheek. There is an incredible power in her gentle words and delicate cares. So I don't know if that's you or someone else in your life, but you take with that what you will. Some of you guys need to get back in the game. I'm just going to say it how I see it. Some of you guys need to understand the powers of your own seduction. And nothing wrong with a little bit of seduction if you are not a game player with it. But I feel like, I don't know, some of you guys need to get back in the sky and get back in the game. You know what I'm saying? But you take with that what you will. What's good, Mishi? Thanks, girl. I appreciate that. Pisces here, thanks. Thank you, Mishi. I appreciate that. But you could be dealing with a Cancer or an Aries. That's all we have specifically Aquarius, but it could be any sign as far as elements go. I did do Scorpio. It was after Sagittarius, though, because I accidentally skipped it. But I did end up doing Scorpio. Guys, can I have a quick smoke? Sorry, guys. I didn't have smoke, or I'm not going to be able to focus on Pisces. I mean, I could, but I just don't want to. These general messages can get pretty long. How long have I been on here? Oh, I haven't been on that long. I'm doing pretty good. Why does it feel long tonight? Usually it goes by super quick. Be honest with me. Do you guys like the book when I read from the book? Or do you think it's annoying? Be honest with me. I'm a Gemini with a Sag moon. Aries rising. I just know I got bored of these cards. These cards are way too vague. Way too vague. And yeah, I can kind of depict with my own mind and whatnot, but this is the Oracle Mystical Moments. Oracle of Mystical Moments. I love mystical stuff. It's just such a vibe. All right. Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? Six of Pentacles. Okay. What do we have for Pisces? What can Pisces expect this week? Three more. What can Pisces expect? I'm so cold right now. I'm going to wear a hoodie tomorrow. It's cold. I'm in the garage. There's no heat going on. Queen of Wands in reverse just showed its face. 3 shuffles. Overall energy for you, Pisces. Judgment in reverse. The Star. King of Cups. The Emperor. 4 of Cups. Page of Cups in reverse. Wow. Okay. Wow. So, Pisces. Whoever the masculine energy is, okay? So whether you're the masculine or your person, but there's definitely a strong masculine energy stepping through for you here. There seems to be some type of wish fulfillment, okay? Because there's a masculine energy that seems to be desiring to take responsibility for potentially a missed opportunity. Now, Page of Cups in reverse can go way back. Okay, it can be, especially with the Judgment in reverse, there seems to be something here that you're having a hard time. Okay, so, sorry, I just need to focus on the feminine and masculine, because the feminine energy is having a hard time resurrecting some type of connection here or opportunity. Now, if you're dealing with a person, the feminine energy is having a hard time resurrecting some type of opportunity because they're focused on something that really broke them, or they're focused on someone that broke a promise, or they're focused on someone that was vindictive, or they're focused on even way back on childhood issues. Okay, this could be a father as well involved here, but there's someone here that is focused on something that they're having a hard time looking past, that really broke their heart or kind of crushed them in some way on an emotional level, or caused them to lack optimism when it comes to resurrecting. The feminine energy is having a lack of optimism when it comes to resurrecting something because of something they're honed in on. Now, there's a strong masculine energy that seems to be inspired to kind of take responsibility and resolve whatever that issue is. Okay, I feel there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of unconditional love. There's also a masculine energy here, Pisces. I'll read it as an individual too, but for those of you dealing with someone, I feel like you have a masculine energy that is inspired to connect with you in a more empathetic or tuned in way, to maybe to acknowledge something that maybe they haven't acknowledged yet, because they feel as there's a masculine energy that feels the feminine is ignoring them because of some type of, again, vindictiveness, broken promise, something here that really crushed someone. Okay, and I feel like this masculine energy is feeling somewhat responsible for why the feminine sees them a certain way, or why the feminine is ignoring them, or why the feminine is hurt. Okay, and this is someone that has a lot, the masculine has a lot of unconditional love, or has developed a lot of love for this feminine energy, and seems to be stepping in and trying to take responsibility. Now, Pisces, if you are the Pisces male, this is you doing this to someone else. Okay, because you may, because I feel like the feminine might be being quite vindictive about something, or it's kind of being amplified in their aura that they are upset about, again, a broken promise or something here that hurt them in some way. Okay, and there's a masculine energy that seems to be taking responsibility because they're aware that there was some type of poor judgment call made. It's like the masculine is aware that they either made a false accusation, a poor judgment call, or they made a false judgment on the feminine. Okay, some of you guys, for those of you that have children, some of you guys are taking responsibility for breaking a child's promise, or breaking a promise with a child, or you're taking responsibility for a child's frustration within a family, something of that nature. But yeah, I mean, this is point blank period. Okay, because yeah, the feminine energy. Okay, so yeah, there's a masculine energy, Pisces, taking responsibility for some type of hurt feelings that may be coming out of the feminine in a more vindictive or hurt, giving the silent treatment type of way. Okay, and they do feel a lot of empathy because they do feel like they made the masculine feels like they made a poor judgment call on the feminine, or whoever this is that is seeming to feel quite hurt. Okay, and again, some of you guys, if you know, you don't have that, or that's not your story, some of you guys are taking responsibility for a child that feels hurt about something too. Okay, because you may feel like you made a poor judgment call or broke a promise with a child, something like that. Okay, now on a personal level, yeah, but for a lot of you, this is like point blank period. You have a masculine coming through solid, Pisces, that is inspired to take responsibility for some type of poor judgment that was made. They are coming towards you with a bit of fear in regards to how you're going to react, though, or how you're going to respond. Okay. Sorry, guys, I am so cold. I'm not going to lie. My bones, I need to go snuggle. I'm cold as shit. It's so cold. I don't know what the temperature dropped to, but because it wasn't that bad when I started. Now, on a personal level, for those of you where that's not your story, I feel like you guys are just taking responsibility for some type of, for not seizing opportunity, for almost, okay, on a personal level, some of you guys are developing a lot of inspiration this week. You're feeling very inspired. You're feeling connected. A lot of you guys are really connecting with your inner world, Pisces, and you're allowing your inner world and your connection with the divine, the connection with your environment, the connection with, it's like you're inspired to, you're allowing yourself to be inspired this week. Let's just put it that way. You're getting into creation mode where it's almost like you have an aha type of moment when it comes to what you should be giving your support to on a personal level that could potentially bring in a lot of success for you when it comes to your position, or when it comes to a business, when it comes to, it's like, because there may be a certain aspect of your life that you have found yourself quite bored in, or you felt like it wasn't going anywhere, or you felt like was no longer inspirational. And this week you may be in a position where you're feeling a lot of inspiration, and it's quite exciting you, because I feel it's like you're ready for some type of change, especially when it comes to business, when it comes to how you represent yourself in the world, when it comes to your status, like anything first, even like how you want people to perceive you. Okay, a lot of you guys are getting in touch, listening to music, or it's like you're responding and reacting to your environment and your current reality in a different and more graceful way, in a more, okay, it's like things are starting to flow. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're getting into creative mode. You're getting into creative mode. And I feel like this is like an energy of feeling good, feeling renewed, feeling like you got your energy back, feeling like things are starting to make sense, feeling connected, seeing a bigger picture. On a personal level, you're definitely open and ready to kind of plant seeds when it comes to how you represent yourself in the world. And again, it seems to be like you're open for a change. And you may find yourself still needing to entertain something with that Four of Cups that may be boring you. The Four of Cups can sometimes be like as an advice card, like we need to focus on things that may be more mundane or boring, but is also necessary. Even if there's other opportunities, it's necessary to kind of maintain a certain level of professionalism, or a certain level of, it's like you still need to show up for work, okay? Something like that. It's like you're still showing up to something, but you are in a space of creating a change for yourself in regards to how you represent yourself, okay? Especially when it comes to business, when it comes to your identity, when it comes to career, all of that. So, but yeah, but for others of you, you definitely have a strong masculine energy pulling through for you here to take responsibility for a false judgment that they made. You could be dealing with a Libra. I feel like Libra was taking responsibility, or it could be maybe they have Libra in the chart. I don't know. Okay. And others of you, you're just getting in touch with sources of inspiration, and it's like things are feeling a little bit lighter. Some of you guys are taking some type of talent, or the King of Cups can be a man of his arts too. So whether you're an artist, whether you are into music, whether there's something here that you're really wanting, it's like you're taking a creative passion and putting it out into the limelight. So you could be starting that as well. There may be some fear in regards to that, and wondering if people would be vindictive about it, especially if there is some type of change in how you're presenting yourself. I would be careful for those of you that are taking something beautiful and magical, for those of you that are taking something beautiful and magical and something that's really important to you, and you're putting it out there in the real world, or you're kind of putting it out there in the limelight. I would be careful with acting too quickly, or I would be careful with making poor judgments with how you do something, because it's not always what you do, is how you do it kind of thing. So it's like, I would be careful with trying to, like, for example, if you're doing something new, maybe, and you already have a business, for example, try not to incorporate it into an existing brand or an existing company, for example. It's like you may want to separate yourself, or you may want to make something its own identity, okay? I don't know how to explain that. Like, Or for example, say if you go to work every day and you do a 9 to 5, right? Now all of a sudden you're selling something on the side, or you've got a side hustle going on, or there's something you're really passionate about and inspired about. I would be careful with infiltrating your workplace with this new endeavor, because you may get like the side eye, okay? Or you may want to do something you may want to be careful with how you do it, okay? It's not always what we're doing that is the reason that is failing. It's because of how we're doing it. So it's like you may want to give something its own spot, because the King of Cups and the Star is a lot. That's like a lot of talent. That's a lot of skill. That's like something that has the potential to really make it make it successful. But if you put it in the wrong area, or if you kind of if you present it to the wrong people, it may not be successful. So it's like you may want to really be careful with how you do something. Okay, I don't know how to explain that. Like getting it on the right eyes. Like, for example, just because I don't know, Elon Musk may not care about Versace, that doesn't mean Versace is not successful, nor does that make Elon Musk wrong for not liking Versace, but they both need to present themselves to the right people. Okay, that's like an example. So that's the best way I can explain it. Or like give something its own category, because I would be careful with making too quick of judgment calls, or bringing something beautiful and showing it to the wrong eyes. That's the best way I can explain that. But yeah, a lot of you guys also just have a masculine energy, just taking responsibility for a poor judgment call. Okay, because they feel like they hurt you in some way. But yeah, for those of you that are trying to rebrand a current business, or you're trying to infiltrate a current company that you work at with a new endeavor, I would expect the side eye. So that's just my advice looking at this. Be careful with tainting something that has the potential to be greatness by showing it to the wrong people, or by trying to have it coexist with something that doesn't make any sense for that product or that art or that whatever. Okay, really nice reading, really powerful reading. There's a lot of downloads, there's a lot of inspiration. It's like you're feeling yourself. I like it. Just be careful. Don't infiltrate something current with something new and beautiful, or like keep it a separate category of its own, whatever that means, because you may get the side eye. Okay, that doesn't mean it's bad, or it doesn't mean it won't be successful. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. We also have Aries. Give me an oracle for Pisces. We have pure nature. All is connected. All right, let's read from the book. Pure nature. This young girl is flourishing as she develops into a woman. She loves her body and is aware of her unique beauty. Just as this girl does, cherish the beauty nature has given to you. See the softness and grace, and keep the secrets of youth in your heart. The red pony symbolizes respect and honor, ideals that must be recognized in ourselves before we can genuinely share our true nature with others. Some of you guys need to set expectations on this beauty, set standards on this beauty, set ideals on this beauty too. All right, let's see. But you take that with what you want. Okay, 12. So all is connected. A girl sits on a tree trunk and holds leaves in her hand, while others blow away in the wind. A small spider. Okay. A small spider holds a few leaves together with his fine filament, even though the wind threatens to tear them apart. Don't be afraid of changes. Release your fear by letting go. Change is hard and often painful, but is the only way to grow. You may drift, but you will never lose yourself. Life goes on and nothing ends. It is reshaped into something new by the wind. Oh, I love that. Not better or worse, but different, and in that change lies wonder and openings. Nothing ends. It's reshaped into some new things by the wind. So you take that with what you will. Okay. But I'm going to get out of here, folks. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'll be on here tomorrow too. But I hope you guys have a great night and all the best. Bye.